cool because I just put the music on here and I said, don't talk till it fades out. And then you just started fucking talking.
It's fine though.
It's gonna have to be.
Talking about the kitty cat.
That's fine, and she's gonna grab.
Oh yeah.
She grabs hard.
Yoy.
I miss her.
What up?
All right, so we back with another one.
What it do, people?
Sister in the studio.
Ayo.
Hey ya.
This is my sister Tiffany. Known her for long time.
All life.
Basically, like the
All life. Whole life.
The whole, all of it.
For real, thought I was gonna be the first one to fuck up some words.
I thought you, yeah. He's always,
she just
he's
started.
always the dumb
She go
one first.
all life.
He's always the dumb one first.
Yeah, it pretty much all life. I know her.
Like the whole lot, the all of it. I've been seeing her.
You start sounding like the girl that goes Burley, but you're like quivering. You're like, I've known her my whole life.
I can.
Why are you scared, bro? What is going on?
I can read. I just can't talk.
Dude,
I can't fucking read.
a lot of people can't read. What's up with that?
Well, hey.
It took a minute. I heard.
Yeah, dude, I still can't read real well.
Yeah.
Well,
Also can't remember for shit.
oh,
Can't remember
I
for
can't
shit.
do that either. I'm not good.
Like the things that I do remember, I'm like pretty sure that happened.
Oh well, then you make your own version up of it too. Of whatever
Everybody
happened.
does. That's just like
expand on whatever it is.
like you romanticize something from the past.
Like Hulk
or
Hogan being at your grandparents' house or your Uncle Bobo's house.
Well, technically.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Right?
know if it was really Hulk Hogan, but he looked just like.
Do you remember the picture?
Oh,
Did you see the picture?
There was a picture
Yeah.
that hung out on like the windowsill as you're doing the dishes, or it would be in the little where the how
tried
Poppy
to-
sat at the table
Yep.
and he'd look away, and then there that break between the kitchen and the living room, it'd either sit there or on the windowsill.
I remember on the windowsill, yeah.
Yeah. See.
There's weird stuff sometimes, so I didn't question anything. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
But I was a wrestling fan, so I was like, I'm picking up what
Holy
they put
shit.
down, and I'm seeing this.
He was
Yeah.
wild. He was wild. So I want to give you some ammo.
Okay.
Because I know he picks on you a lot too, which I think is so unfair.
Do I pick on you a lot?
I hear it. You razz him an awful lot.
He does rat on me a lot. Well, yeah, he talks a lot of shit. It's
So,
fine though.
Kodie
It's okay.
didn't.
Whose house he living in?
Right? I heard.
That's fine. Whose house did we start living in? Okay.
Not even your house.
Who found it? Okay.
Okay.
He just grew into his head though. So
Yeah,
That's
I don't
true.
know.
same size all his life.
I wouldn't say that's the correct. He still needs a little bit of growth. I feel like.
Shoulders are there.
He's
He's got
close.
the posture.
There's an issue though.
but
Like,
head same size.
look.
Head same size. Been same size all life.
But when he was a kid, he looked like the little bobblehead dolls because he'd come out and it was just.
I also looked like our
Our
sister.
Hey.
So
Oh,
you couldn't
Amber,
tell us
yes.
apart. People thought I was her.
Yep, identical. Which
Boy
is
had to
amazing.
grow into some things. You know what I'm saying? There's some folds. I don't know. Things got lost.
Y'all
It was a
look-
tub, dude. You don't know.
Y'all look
Hello.
nothing alike at all, which is crazy to even
Yeah,
think
it is
that.
wild. I mean, I looked like how she looked like as a baby. Now.
You look like her as a baby now.
Yep.
Rolls.
Like now, look like her. Baby
But
then.
as baby.
But as baby.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
all
dude.
done.
But yeah, I had a big head, and I have an issue with what's going on
It's crazy
with
big.
my head right now.
Head's so big.
Head's so
Nothing
big.
in
What's
it.
wrong with it?
Nothing in it.
You know what it is? It's like, have you ever been to an outside gymnasium with no kids in it? It's an outdoor one, so there's no, like, you might have a half brick wall, but then
There's
the
no, like,
rest
fence
is
or nothing, huh?
no fence.
Are you saying it's
There's a
empty?
top.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's
Are you
lots of
saying
shit to
it's
be
empty?
used.
I mean, I'm
what's up?
saying, like, at times it can be real full. There's a lot that can be in there.
Have you,
But you can't see in it, and even when you're in it, you can't see out. So it's like, what is the purpose?
have you ever seen that movie Dreamcatcher?
Dreamcatcher? No.
Yeah, it's a Stephen King movie, and so it's more or less
Damn,
about.
it's in that book though.
Hey, so more or less he goes
love that, like,
inside
all our shit's out
a
of frame.
guy's
That's fine.
head, and they're pulling out different thoughts or memories or ideas or whatever, and it's really like a library. It's like this tower, and there's different memory boxes on each floor, and you pull it out, it's like a book, and it shares whatever it is. And I forget, his name is Duddit, so they think it's an alien that's come down there in the middle of whatever. But that's how I envision my memory to be. You can be on whatever floor you want. You got all this shit up in there.
Yeah.
But I might stay on one floor. I might be ringing up and down like an elevator.
Did you ever watch Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch? You know what I'm talking about? The show?
Oh, no.
He's got like so like the whole story is like he's got an insane memory, right? He can deduct anything type thing, but he runs into another person that's basically like him, where it's like he calls it like a dream something. It's like a dream library or something like that, where he imagines himself going down underground, where he's got like a basement full of every memory, everything he's ever seen or whatever, and he actually goes down there and like can open files and look at them and shit, but it's not real. He's just doing it in his own head, and that's how he remembers everything, and it fucks your head up when you think about like just trying to do that or what he's trying to do.
How do you
No.
How
You know
do
what?
remember certain things only at certain times, but not other times, or something triggers it? And what triggered it? Why was that?
Yeah, that's wild.
Memories are weird, dude.
I have that. But guess what? It's like an open gymnasium. There's no shelves. There's no books.
Just rolling.
I'm seeing shadows of memories.
Kids punching other kids.
Ooh.
I'm like, hey, you guys, don't do that. We need you. It's my brain cells having fights. I'm like, we need everybody's help.
Don't kill him.
And you didn't do drugs. That's amazing.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But like this whole book memory thing, you know what
You
that
didn't
reminds
even
me
do
of?
one
Is
drug.
that fucking no drugs.
Not even one.
Oh, well, which we have another topic I want to.
I was
ask you
forced
about
to be on Ritalin at a young age, and I sincerely believe that messed with my
What is
ability.
Ritalin for?
It's like-
ADHD medication.
Yeah,
more
and
or
I
less.
feel like it wasn't as like
Aggressive.
honed, like the drug itself wasn't as honed back in the day. So I feel like there's like it's got to be some study out there that shows that it's given people memory problems.
So you think that affects?
Like
your
when
memory as a
I'm
kid?
on it, I feel like that Limitless pill.
Do you
thing.
still take it?
Oh,
No.
that's funny.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
It makes you feel like you can think differently, faster. You can focus on things. But when you're not on it, like, but also when you're on it.
Hey, bro. Say it again, but better.
Yeah, I didn't even say it once. Like,
Louder, please.
but like when you're on it, you feel like this.
Oh yeah, he was.
But
a zombie.
inside your head is like you're on the interstate 1,000 miles an hour. It feels like never been on speed or cocaine, but I feel like it's got to be like child dose cocaine.
Do you think that part of the reason why you felt that way is because you were just taking something? Like if somebody had given you any like a
No.
sugar pill and been like, "This will help your ADD,"
Oh, heck
you think
no.
it would fuck with
No,
you? You think
because-
your
they
head
did
would do
change
it?
his medication several times, and he
Yeah.
was. There were some times he was a complete zombie. He didn't move. He didn't do nothing.
Really?
And
No,
so we had to cut
it like kills
nothing.
everything about
He
you.
would just sit there, and you see Kodie now. Talk about 100 times more than that. Like
Yeah.
he's on another level.
Yeah.
And like ping, 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 ping. So whenever he was chilling, not saying anything or doing anything, he's either depressed and that was more than likely because of the pill too.
Right.
I think it was
Yeah.
just overwhelming. I don't think that was the right way to handle that, which amazes me to see
Yeah.
him drinking because.
But
Oh
I mean, he can speak to this. How often do I drink?
no,
Yeah, it's
but
not-
Pretty
period.
much only recordings.
Oh no, but just
Yeah.
to see with a drink in
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
I was like, "What on
Yeah.
earth?" I can't even believe it came out your mouth.
Yeah.
Just surprised me, just from.
You know what it
where we
was?
were.
What changed my mind is like, I'm now 30, so I feel like I've been through so many things in life, and I've seen like why I wouldn't drink.
Yeah, you're mature.
Yeah, and I understand that I'm smart enough now that if a problem happened, I think I'd be able to see it coming.
Or someone else and shake the shit
Yeah.
out you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen what can happen in pretty much the carbon copy of me if that were to go bad. So, like, I get an idea of, like, hey, I don't want to be like that. But I don't ever, literally, since I've started drinking or whatever, I would call it sipping, but...
Yeah,
So,
I was
hey,
gonna say, it's
sip,
like
sip.
it's more of like a casual thing.
Well,
than
just-
anything. It's
just
like
And it's
pattern,
literally
yeah.
only on the podcast. I've never drank outside of this house. I've never. Wow, this is the only location I've ever
You
drank.
drink at the old house,
What house?
the old spot for fights and shit. You were drinking them screwdrivers and shit.
Well, I mean, not
That's
that
fucking
I mean,
Smirnoff
am I gonna
Ice,
call him out
bro.
bullshit?
Well, I'm not.
I'm calling out bullshit.
That's fine.
And I don't down you for that. That's great. I just was just floored. It just took me by surprise because
Yeah.
it's funny because a lot of people, as you're aging, you don't always grow. You just kind of like, you just live in it. You do it, whatever. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But when you grow, you change. And there's so much that comes with that.
Well, it surprised the shit out of me too the first time I saw him drinking, because that was the first time I went over for a fight night for, we had like pizza and shit, and he sat down with a drink, and I was like, what the fuck? Because he's told me,
Yeah.
about like
Yeah.
way back yonder, and it was like, What
I mean,
the fuck? He's like, I'm just comfortable now on the point where I know if anything bad is gonna happen, I know it. So it's like not. I was like, okay, well, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Like, it's cool. It's good to see that you understand that and that you know if there is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like what to look for. I guess.
I don't. I don't ever.
Responsible. Yeah.
Like if I am drinking, and typically it's on the podcast, but if I am ever drinking and I feel like a change in my demeanor or a change in my mentality or something where it's like a shift in my mental focus, I stop. But I've only ever done it on one podcast where I hadn't ate before and I was sipping probably less than that, but we were like 2 hours in and we're all being silly and then I could feel it, but we're also being silly, so it was like...
It's like you're on a high of laughter and shit. So
yeah, and then I was like, I'm sure it's on camera, and I was like, looked at the camera, I was like... But it's like, I wasn't even that into that feeling, so it's like, I just like if that was not alcoholic, I would still drink that, and I'd probably only drink that.
Yeah.
Like, he has me try these, like, burn barrel tasting whiskeys and bourbons and stuff, which I'll try just to be aware of, like, what other stuff tastes like, but I'm a child at heart, so I like flavor, so that's what I go with, but even that, like, I put an ice cube in it because I like it when it's watery. Because it's so strong.
See, and it's nice to have a drink every once in a while.
Yeah.
Chill out, relax.
Yeah. But, like, for it to be, like, the example that was set when we were young, yeah, I did not like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, we follow this guy that is a comedian, podcaster, actor, and he says this thing that he only tries things when he feels like he's missing out on
when
not
he regrets
trying it.
When he regrets not trying it.
Now,
which you don't know until after the fact, so.
Right? Well, what he's saying is, like, if he's been around a situation and been tempted with something, like alcohol, drugs, or whatever.
Oh, just that temptation in general.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't need it. But then he looks back and he's like, man, that time would have maybe been funner with it. I'll do it next time.
Yeah.
That's his train of thought. And I was like, man, that's a cool, like, that's an interesting point of view. So I was like, let me try it. And I'll know right away if I don't like it. Pretty right away. And it hasn't been like anything I didn't like. But literally only drink whiskey. I have those Smirnoffs, but I bought that right when we moved in because I was like, if I don't like this whiskey, I'm just going to drink this. And then... I have 5 of the 6-pack I bought 6 months ago. I don't know if it goes bad, but it's in the fridge. Okay? See, that's... Look, there's a girl that works at our work, and she was like... She went out, and she had an Irish whiskey from...
She works out? What?
Yeah, she's there. I don't know. Might not even work there. Who knows? She's there a lot, though. In the back. But she had an Irish whiskey from McGuire's, and I was like, that's crazy. What's that taste like? And she was like, orange juice. And then she goes, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then she goes, it's kind of like a JFK. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And she goes,
a murder?
Well, she was just going on like these other drinks. She was like, it's like this. It's like a Panasonic or it's like a TV lamp. And I'm like, I don't know these drinks. I don't drink.
I hate you a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's like a...
I'm telling you, the words are hard. So I'm just shouting out what's nearby. Candle. It's like candle. And I'm like, I don't know what candle is. And she just did this, like... I'm like, dude, I told you, I, like, don't drink. Whiskey's the only thing, but... But, like, when we were kids, we drank.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was, like, so readily available. Like, it wasn't even a
Well, it was
thing.
like it was like a game, too. I was excited. Shoot. Like, it became a highlight because you did get that little buzz of a feeling as a kid. Yeah. We already had our stupid highs anyways, where we were giggling and whatnot.
A kid's high is way different.
Oh, Jesus.
Your high is high.
Dude.
Yeah, but we would have, we'd go tubing, and we'd have a cooler full of fruit.
Hunch Punch,
yeah. And we were eating the fruit, so then we'd be toasted by the time we go home. Woo! Taking a nap, yeah.
Toasted in both ways. I mean, we'd be burnt to shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
No sunscreen.
Yeah, they're like, sunscreen? I'm like, can't do that.
Player.
I need memories.
Yeah. It's crazy, though. But to go from that, and then, become an adult, I didn't drink that much.
Yeah.
Even as a teenager, I didn't even drink that much. Like, Chili's, get a margarita here and there, might buy a bottle. The last bottle we bought was Bacardi. Mm-hmm. It's still in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Gonna do some
And what is that, Bacardi?
Rum.
Rum, yeah.
I think for me, because as a kid, I was very, like, sheltered. I went to a private school, and, like, my parents wouldn't let me drink, and it was, like, real gnarly, kind of like that. And so I think when I hit that, like, 16, 17, 18 year age, whatever. When I hit that age, I was like going out and partying or whatever, because I was like, oh, I haven't been able to do any of this shit.
You're like,
so,
I'm
like,
16 your age now.
You know, the
Oh my gosh.
so I had the, like, kind of wild little bit there or whatever, but now I've gotten to the point where it's like, dude, I'm fucking working too damn much. You know, I got shit to do. I don't need to be doing all that
We
anymore.
had too many moments where we seen too many drunks be stupid.
Oh,
That
yeah.
it became really, when I was a teenager, it became almost a game. So, like, my mom worked nights, and we'd throw parties at the house, and we'd have people over. And me and my sister never drank, and we just let people come over and hang out and be stupid. And it was so entertaining to see the
Just
stupidity.
watch the shit happen.
And they
I
had,
was
like,
sober
good
and I
old
did
country
stupid shit.
boys.
Funny-
Like, they had good
That's
people.
the best.
Good
You go to
people.
any
Good people to
Cantoning-
watch.
Cantoning party. I was about to say, you get to a Cantoning party, if there's a bonfire and a truck backed up next to it, you're going to have a fun night.
Shit.
Okay, just watching people.
We partying in the trailer. I remember I had to back up. I got to meet my mom for lunch to give her something, and I don't even remember what time it was in the morning, but I backed up. I wasn't even paying attention. I backed up into the truck right behind me, and we're having a house party. And so the thing was, we weren't going to show the back of the vehicle when we dropped it off, which goes like this little side thing. And she seen us, didn't see it. We came back to pick her that morning. And oh god, we're easing into it. It was huge hole, like a big dent of the back of the vehicle. It was a Mercury van, and all of the letters but like R and E and the Y on the end were there. The rest of them like fell off, so we had to super glue them back, punch them back. The big dent that was there, my boyfriend at the time got a plunger and pulled it out, so it was like this big. And we picked her up. I remember driving home, and as soon as we got to the driveway, going, so I may have hit something, and most of the letters are there.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Real quick.
There was only one letter that was off, and we could not get it to stick, so it was obvious. You knew what happened. But she was so pissed. But that was the least of it. We hung out with the wrong people. We just didn't do the wrong shit. Because you learn. You get to see the idiots. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, my dad going on a high-speed chase. And you in the first place know it's not real, but then somehow he's convinced you that maybe it could be real. You're fixing to
and then
die.
you also want it to be real because it's like, how cool would this be?
Yeah, like
what in the
holy
fuck?
shit, like oh my god. And he would, race. You do donuts in the Winn-Dixie parking lot or something, and then as soon as he get tired of doing it, he'd haul ass to the parking lot and then go home. And it was only like a mile and a half from the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he'd haul ass to the house.
Depending on the road you hit, like there's this road Aileron, and it's speed bumps. So we'd be going like 80 miles an hour, just
Yep. In the neighborhood where he was at almost a cul-de-sac, so it was like I call it a cinnamon roll. He was on the inside of it, and so he'd haul ass in there, and then he'd skirt you into the driveway, and swear to God, act like the cops were still headed that way, and you'd have to run inside and duck down.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having to take cover for like 20 minutes, being like, "That is not real." And
we
he's
had
like,
one specifically that I remember like vividly. It was me, you, Wayne, and
the
Dad
gas
in the
station
car.
with
Yeah.
Swifties, yeah, that shit.
And he acted like they were like robbing it or something. Not him, but like somebody had just robbed it with a gun or something.
Someone
we
peed
gotta
on
get
themselves.
out of here now.
And he was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. They jump in the car. Me and Tiffany are in the back, and like we literally, like as fast as the car would go to the house, and then we run inside. We're on the ground, and we have an L couch, and so like if the door's right there, L couch like this, we're all like belly on the ground.
Stepmom
And
every sibling. My
Wayne
sister
is against the front door because he's like leading the mystery or whatever, and he has his, and it's dark. We can't see.
Yeah,
All the lights
got off. Yeah.
Wayne's on the ground with his hand like this, and he's like,
yeah, like
and like freaking the fuck out, and we're like, damn,
Oh, fuck.
and you hear Wayne, it's the fucking car. And Dad's like, shut the fuck up. We're all like freaking out, and it's like times like that you forget that like alcohol was such a big thing in the family. But it's like those make it easier that you're like,
But also,
we had
as
that.
a kid in that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about kids' highs are so much more high than just... Because, like, if somebody tried to pull that shit on you now, you'd be like, you're fucking... What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
You're dumb.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
even if you thought that at the time, he would still get you elevated. Because
Yeah.
you still... There's still that...
Dude,
Yeah.
and this
Keep it
was...
going, so
Yeah.
he'd, like, try and flip you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was around the time of, like, I just had watched The Terminator, and I was sleeping on the couch in the living room all the time. And when you lay on the couch, the window's right here, and it's, like, orange lights because of the street lights.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, like, if you think you see somebody, you're like that kid in Burger King where you're like...
No, that
Yeah.
look...
You're laying there, and this
You're
is
like,
around
don't
that...
move, but
Yeah,
just
I
move.
was like, I swear to God, if I don't move, how the hell is he going to see me?
Yeah.
And if I felt like he was there,
I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
Don't kill me. I'm asleep.
No,
Yeah.
I always felt like the Terminator when I was sleeping on the couch.
Dude!
Not like like that he was
There was
coming
a
for me or
fold-out
something.
couch, and then we had a regular couch at one point.
It would eat you. It would, like,
Yeah.
you rolled too far.
I remember, dude, this is crazy. I remember it was me, you, Amber staying on, I think I was on the regular couch, but y'all were on the fold-out couch, but that was the first time I remember ever seeing SNL. There was also Mad TV at night.
Oh,
Yes.
dang.
But it's like, that's my memory of, like, those nights, and it's like,
Yeah.
seeing, like, In Living Color.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite.
Like, seeing Fire Marshal Bill,
Oh.
Jim Kelly.
I can't every
Jim
time.
Carrey, like,
We talk about him all the time.
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Dude,
That's so wild,
crazy
dude.
shit.
Yeah. No,
Trailer Park Boys.
I'm telling you, dude. I was just talking about this to somebody at work today, and they're like, Trailer Park Boys? Are they little kids? And I was like, wow.
We ran it.
Like,
Y'all
no, they
ran
didn't
it.
know what the show was, Trailer Park Boys.
Oh.
They're like,
Yeah.
like little kids or like out in the trailers, and I'm like, have you never been to a trailer park? Pretty much run by little kids.
Yeah, there's no adults.
Little kids and wild adults.
Yeah.
I feel like Bubbles in that situation, so
Oh, yeah.
poor glasses. It's- Whatever.
I don't know if this is something you want to talk about, but your teeth are looking great.
Oh my god! You know what?
I wanted to
yeah.
bring this up. I don't
So-
know if you've noticed, but
Yeah.
she started doing this like straightener.
The Invisalign. Yeah.
Invisaligns.
So I wasn't gonna do it because I've always been like, okay, comfortable, whatever, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But because of what I do, I just figured, well, I'm in the public. I want to be more confident.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've been doing it, I guess, since August. I don't know how long that is.
Now, is
7
me and the
months?
entire family jealous and pissed that you turned your back on shitty teeth?
Oh my god! Yes,
That's
I could,
cool.
I could feel every bit of it. Thank you very much.
You're gonna be the only
Jesus.
person talking at the family reunion. We're all gonna be like, what's
no,
up?
she
We
got-
don't have
Smiling, shit.
nothing to say.
Just not, hi. No,
The only one smiling.
Yeah. Everybody else is like,
I'm like, fuck that bitch.
What?
you can change them out. So the way that it works is
Your
like
teeth?
yeah, well, it's a tray.
pull
So you
that
take it
down.
out.
What?
oh, I thought your actual.
Oh my
teeth-
god, that
Yeah,
noise.
I know,
I
hold
thought.
on.
Okay, I was real confused for a second.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be like
like,
dad and take his like actual
teeth
teeth.
out.
I was like, no,
Teeth
no,
out.
we're not prepared. We're not prepared.
No, it's a tray, and so it looks just like my teeth.
That's wild.
But
So is it? So it's something you switch out every like month or something like that, and it's supposed to move them slowly type thing. Is that?
every 2 weeks. At first, I was doing really good, and the trays that they fit me for, you can do it every 7 to 10 days. So I was doing it every 7 days, and
You're like, we're gonna get this.
that's what I was like, fuck this.
Do you
Shit.
get like
1 year.
you know how like growing pains are in your legs? You get that in your mouth, like how it feels like, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, like a
It's like
toothache.
sore almost.
Yeah, it gets sore, like
Yeah.
biting down, and it's only when I change them out, like the day I change them
And you
out.
can eat with the men like that.
Hell no, you gotta take them out.
Okay.
But I grind my teeth when I'm stressed, so you can see where it looks like it's shredded.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
I don't mean to. I just when I'm sleeping or whatever. I
It's
do it.
probably also a nice texture because that's rubber, and your teeth is on rubber, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I train with a mouthpiece in, and I'm always like extra
Yeah.
biting down.
Bite
Yeah,
the
I do
fuck
that
out of
too.
it.
What was weird at first when I got it, I don't know, I had this lisp, so I was like,
Yeah.
and I wear a mask all the time. So I'm at work and someone's talking to me like, you can take your mask off if you want to. I'm like, it doesn't. I took it off.
You're like,
It's not gonna matter.
I really don't want to.
Please no.
But no, I feel pretty good. It's looking good. I still got it probably another year or two before it's done, but. They were fucked. I did not realize how bad
were
my teeth
fucked.
were. I didn't realize it. Like
This is before
Bro.
and after.
oh no. He's got like comparative. He had better teeth than I had.
I just have like
Like
Man, is this
you
a
gotta-
conversation we want to have? I
I
just
know,
have like
right?
straighter teeth, but they're just like not friends of each other.
Oh, my friends.
They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh,
My teeth are like, yeah, we know him.
Yeah.
We don't know him
Oh.
though.
area.
My teeth like to socialize. Every one of them were like, "Hey, girl, hey!" They're waving at people.
Dude,
and-
some of the people in the family
Yeah.
teeth are like way too comfortable with each other.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Homies.
like they're living together.
Mine
like-
look like a cone. I didn't realize it because I do your impression and stuff. So the first one looked like a cone. Almost.
When you first
It's
get it done,
crazy.
do you have to go in person somewhere, or do you like take an imprint
Mold it.
and then
Yeah.
nail it?
I did it all at Fishbine. So
Oh, word.
Word,
Shout
they're
out
like
Fish
doing
Fine.
big things.
Oh, they do not fuck around.
No, they don't.
That shit's growing.
it's
They're a
the same
brand,
damn
bro.
price as
Yeah.
regular
100%.
braces.
But
my
I feel
teeth-
like this is more convenient.
It is,
'Cause
and
you
it
can
looks
take it
better.
off. Yeah.
You can tell. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even notice until I do like a big smile. They're like, "Fuck, her teeth are like shiny. What's
And you don't have to.
what's up?"
Do you have like the things like braces have on their
Oh,
teeth?
yeah,
You
they,
do?
They
Underneath them.
yeah, it's like
No,
a little
like they
notch.
on braces they like weld or like
It's like
semi weld something to your tooth.
They
like
glue it
quick
and
creep.
then
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
They do it like a little what they call like
JB
a notch.
Weld in that.
More or less.
For real.
Shit,
You just
that's
see them
off.
spark
Mix
up a
two of them
welder
together.
like.
It feels like it afterwards.
You're like no 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 no.
I'm good. I'm good.
They put these little metal spokes in the back, inside, and that's just to hold rubber bands.
Inside.
Like on the inside of your mouth, on the tooth. So like right there.
So
On
is
the
the
outside there's notches that hold the tray in.
is the real movement happening from rubber bands?
My bite is changing from the rubber bands, but my movement's
Oh,
actually
so
happening.
that helps the like overbite underbite thing.
It helps pull it back or front or whatever.
Also, question
Word.
like, is it happening so subtle that you don't notice how you like you don't feel the change? Like I've had teeth pulled that I was like such a drastic change. I've cried because I was like, wow, it's not there.
No, I've had that happen. I had a tooth pulled, and I same thing. I cried because I was like, "Whoa!"
But does this move so subtle that you don't even notice?
Slow. I can remember the first time because when I flossed or whatever, my teeth were super crowded. So when I do it, like it gets stuck,
Yeah.
and I'd have to like pull it really hard.
You had to get scissors out.
Yeah.
Gotta lose that
You
one.
got the
No
thinnest-
shit. Be like,
the
fuck
thinnest
that. Oh well, we lost that
fucking-
piece of floss.
You just wrap it
The
around the
thinnest
tooth. You're like,
floss
it's
you
there
can
now.
get, you know?
But I know I remember flossing one time and it just slipped through and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
because now I have a gap. I have a gap in the front of my teeth and it feels so weird. And my bite, my canines finally touch the bottom, and so when I actually bite and I touch, I'm like, ugh, it's like
That's
nails on a
different,
chalkboard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, did you
I
guys
have
see
such
that Michael?
Jaw issues now, dude. Like
Yeah.
I will,
Yeah.
because
Your whole
he's
mouth
heard it.
situation
He's
is
heard it. Like my teeth
weird.
my teeth are good, but it's like when I was a
Well.
kid, bro, look at your face.
Dude, it's dude
look,
never claimed got a good face.
look at
Never
your
claimed. The whole thing's
teeth.
wrecked.
Okay, when I was a kid, I ground my teeth a lot, like in my sleep or whatever. So I used to sleep with
Mouth
like
guard.
a mouth guard or whatever. And then I just didn't. I don't know. I ate it or something. But, and so from that, so from that, when I was a kid, just grinding my teeth so much, now I have where if I bite really hard, my jaw clicks.
It's rough.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I'll get sometimes where, like, if it's late at night or something, my jaw will pop out. Like TMJ almost,
Yeah.
where it'll just come out and I can't open my mouth past a certain
Which is
point.
great.
It's like a
It's
quarter
really
of an
nice when
inch.
it happens.
And it's real scary because I'll be eating something
Yeah.
and I'll like go to bite and then it will be like, nah, player, we done.
Yeah.
And then I'm like punching myself to get my jaw back in.
Oh no, I had.
You know what's wild is
It's
like that's like a
sketchy, dude.
built-in
I've had the
excuse because
same
if a
shit
gr-
happen to me.
It's sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
that's like a built-in excuse because if a girl's like, "How do you feel about me?" and he's like, "My jaw, I can't right now."
It's not like it feels weird too because you could force it, but it feels like you
Feels
can feel
wrong.
it in your it feels very
Feels wrong.
wrong, and
Yeah.
you could feel it back here. Like it's like
Yeah.
oh no
It's
no
all
no
up in
Yeah.
this
yeah.
area.
What is wild is like the worst food he can eat is like a soft taco because it makes no noise when you chew.
Ugh.
Because I've been at the table when he's eating
Yeah.
something really soft, but there's no noise and all you hear is
Yeah. It's like, it's
it's
audibly
loud,
I
dude.
can hear it, but I didn't
Loud.
know it was that loud until someone was like, what the fuck is
I
that?
wish I could. Well, I can record it. I should record it and just let you hear it live, but like you're never gonna hear it
Yeah.
literally
You probably
live.
still grind your teeth though. You probably still do
I'm
it at night
sure
without
I
even
do.
realizing.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
If you got a mouth guard, it might fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Shit.
I think I just have a jaw issue now, and I think I have to like go see a dentist and be like, "Hey, man, this shit's fucked," and then like figure out what I got to do.
He also has like a super small tongue. Go ahead.
He said,
I didn't even get to see it. What the fuck?
Proceed.
Go ahead. Go full throttle. It looks fake.
Full throttle. That's full throttle right there.
It looks like a meme or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Like it looks like a cat's tongue.
Yeah,
Like
this
Callie's
is
tongue
the-
will be out all the way. Like
No, I had no idea.
like she's mocking him in our room sometimes. Just
No, I didn't even know.
Jeez.
I didn't even know until my dentist told me. I had no clue.
he goes,
I
stick your
was
tongue out,
living
and he
my
goes,
life.
I'm doing
I
that.
was living my life like a normal person, and then I got a new dentist. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story for real. So I
Oh, we've never talked about this.
no, I don't think we have.
That's wild.
Damn.
Tiny tongue gang. But fucking,
Not here.
but we
She
so I
goes,
was
you
going
can
to the
use
dentist.
more tongue, and he goes, I'm using all I
Baby,
have.
that's it. That's all. Of
We're
it.
running it
Full
tonight.
throttle.
Fucking no, so I go to the dentist and I switch from a dentist I've had for my whole life to a newer, like a younger dentist because my dentist retired.
You know what'd be funnier is if like you did that, but you left them because you didn't believe about the
I'm like,
tongue. You're
"Oh,
like,
fuck them."
nah,
Nah.
we're gonna see some different
Second
people
opinion.
now.
No, so I like go in and I get my teeth cleaned like normal. It's the same lady. And then my dentist comes in and he's checking my teeth or whatever. He's like, everything looks good. He's like, I just had a couple questions for you. I was like, okay, cool. He was like, do you have any trouble talking? And I was like, I was like, I mean, I'm doing it right now.
You're like, am I talking too
I was
much?
like, what's going on? Like, what's the deal? And he goes, no, like, do you ever, like, trip on your words or anything? I said, if I talk fast, I was like, I get, caught up in shit. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, do you have any issues with, anything else? And I was like,
You're like, what are you getting at?
that's exactly what he was getting at. I was like, huh? I'm like 19.
He's like, ever got any complaints?
He's like, well, anything else? And I was like, are you? And he was like, yep. And I go, oh, I didn't think so.
A dentist?
I was like, I didn't think I did. I was like, but now you got me thinking. And and I was like, why are you asking me all this? And he goes, well, you have the shortest tongue I've ever seen. So I've been a dentist for 15 years. I've never seen a tongue this short. And
he
I go,
goes, and I'm a baby dentist. I only deal with babies.
and I go, okay, cool. And as soon as I left, I texted any girl I'd ever been with just to make sure. Because I was like,
have y'all noticed anything
what's going on?
strange?
It's like, so just real quick, just found out.
So what was the
Wanted to
poll?
ask you,
What did the survey say?
on a scale of 1 to 11, what are we talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had no idea. And, yeah.
Came back all ones.
Dang.
Hey, dude,
Dang.
listen. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
so that was...
That's like a wild thing to, like, what, like, he won't even know what problems he has because he doesn't know what a regular
this just normal life out here, dude. I've been living this
He
shit.
doesn't even know how different it is. Like, so you can't even ask him, like, what's it
Could you
like?
imagine
Isn't
what...
that
'Cause he
beautiful,
doesn't
though?
know.
Could you
Isn't
imagine-
Oblivion beautiful though? Because then you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it.
Could
Like,
you
fuck,
imagine
shit, it was
what
good.
amazing kind of chef I would be if I had that many taste buds compared to the taste buds I have now?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're
Dude,
crammed.
also,
saying.
you know what else is
So
different?
much more
Is like,
acreage.
Wouldn't you have the same?
I feel like a bigger tongue has more taste buds,
No, it
right?
should probably spread out in like
Yeah,
empty pockets. Maybe.
I feel both sides here. I'm feeling both sides.
You could see taste buds though. Not that I'm asking you to stick it out again, but Cody,
Yeah.
want to examine?
I mean, we would really have to get you to look right up at the camera.
I was about to say, you need a magnifying glass to see
pour some
this
salt on
motherfucker.
there, see how it activates.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
No, yeah. So that's cool, man. Love that. Don't know what to do about that. They said they could clip it.
Clip your tongue.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't lose any more
Yeah,
of
So
it.
pretty
basically
short.
what happens is, it's
the
called like a frenectomy or
And
whatever.
right down there is what
It's
holds
a
it from
little
coming all
thing
the
that
way.
holds
Yeah.
the tongue to the bottom. Like when I stick my tongue out like that, it's going through my bottom teeth. Like it hurts
Oh.
to go like that.
So, question:
I'll
Does that-
probably answer it.
does that mean your bottom thing is like extra strong? Like, is it
That
holding too
motherfucker-
much?
That motherfucker put in some work. I ain't gonna lie.
Is it connected way too high on
It's
the?
connected basically to the tip of my tongue.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Like literally all the way to the tip.
You look like an idiot, dude.
I'm serious, dude. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
No, so, seriously, like this can sound real dumb, but
already does.
let's say I have
Oh, bobble.
night of whatever, right?
Okay. Mac and cheese.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, bottom of my tongue, swollen as fuck.
Okay.
Hard to talk, swollen. Like for real. Because it's
So
moving-
many
because it
problems
moves-
with his whole
because
situation.
it moves back and forth on my teeth.
Yeah.
And so it'll just get raw and sore.
Now, have
And,
you ever
like,
had the
and, like-
combination of that and lockjaw at the same time, where you couldn't
Oh,
literally
dude.
talk at
I
all?
wonder if that's why, though.
Probably not.
I wonder if that's why. You
Yeah, would it have to
lockjaw.
do with the jaw?
Yeah.
No, because I don't move my jaw. When
No,
I'm moving that.
but the muscle
No, I'm
of
talking
which
about-
is being used to like go through that muscle
Like,
right there could be
ooh.
controlling the way that your jaw and stuff is also.
Deeper thought. What if it was like the way you
think
were
so.
inside your mom?
Dear
Like
God.
maybe it was the way you were moved, like forced your jaw not to
Real
grow the
talk.
right way or
Hold
something.
on a second.
I honestly
You know what I'm talking about?
I hear you, but I feel
Like when he's in the, he didn't grow the right way because it's like,
because my
by
head
now
was
that would
cocked
have
or
been
something.
addressed or fixed or something. So
no, while he
Yeah.
was in the
I know, but
womb the
it's done.
entire
They
They
time.
probably would have looked and been like, "Yeah, your baby's jaw gonna be fucked."
He ain't got no bottom jaw.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
no.
I don't know, dude.
That's
I honestly
wild.
think the jaw is separate from the tongue, because the tongue is just from being like using it or whatever.
yeah, but it's a muscle.
Yeah, there's no way they're similar because it's not like they're close.
Well, hold on a second. Let me tell you.
What?
I was just telling Paige. I swear to God, your muscles are connected in all kinds of weird places that you don't even feel.
Yeah.
Like they're not even close to each other sometimes, and you
Yeah.
still one muscle reaction to the other.
Like nervous
could be.
system is big on that.
Dude.
Like getting a tattoo on your chest, you'll feel it down in your leg, and you're like, oh,
Dude, I was having this conversation with somebody at work, and we were talking about my jaw issue, and he was like, "Oh, bro, you probably have TMJ, like, for real."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
What exactly is TMJ? Like,
"I don't."
It's more or less exactly what he's.
but what's that
described.
stand for? TMJ.
I'll Google it real quick. But
It's
here's
a technical term,
here's exactly what another guy in the kitchen.
But it just
thought.
means lockjaw.
more or less.
Like your jaw just
It has
lock.
the ability
Can
to,
lock or
like,
it releases.
click in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't stay within the joint.
like it
pocket
releases
it's
where
supposed
like
to.
your jaw will just leave it open.
No, well, you know where your joint pocket is
Yeah.
right here? TMJ, it doesn't stay quite in the joint pocket. It'll pop out, and that's what causes that clicking noise. And then if if it locks, it's because it's either popped out one side or the other. or
Dude,
both.
what's wild? And I'm gonna let you finish when
It's
I say
called
this.
Yeah,
Amy
I can't
punched me
pronounce
as hard as she fucking could when we were like 12, and my jaw popped for like a whole summer.
Oh yeah, I've had
Every
it
time
happen.
when it popped, but she like legit like full throttle just whap.
Yeah.
It's-
It might have been Amber
It's called
because Amber hit me a lot.
temporomandibular joint dysfunction. That's what it stands for.
Pick a easier word.
But here's the funny thing is we were at
TMJ.
work, and one of the dudes at work didn't understand that it was a real medical term like TMJ, and he thought we were joking around. And he goes over to the sous chef and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Dutch just told Hilton he has TMJ, too much jizz." He thought that's what it actually was, and he was making a joke. I was like, no, it's like an actual medical
Bless him.
thing. And he was like, and he thought we made a joke about it the whole time. I was like, no, Jesse, that's not what it is at all. I was like, it's actually real.
Jesse's a virgin. That's
I hope he listens to this.
sorry,
I'm
sorry,
sending
Jesse.
this one to Jesse.
Sorry,
Jesse's a
No
virgin.
fucks. Yeah,
Man,
Jesse's
dude.
so funny, dude. He's like 4'11". He's the smallest person I've ever seen. Like the smallest. He's cute. I mean, he's cute. He's
Are we
cute.
wrong for saying all?
No.
No, because
Yeah.
I really feel like he's a virgin.
Oh my god, we're being bad on Jesse.
No,
Hey
I don't
Jesse,
know
I don't
Jesse.
know you,
Well,
but
Jesse,
you're
you're
probably
cool,
cool,
man.
dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
really cool.
If it makes you feel any better, like you're probably as short as Hilton's tongue.
You should probably. My tongue's probably shorter. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Damn, son.
Where?
Where'd you find? I can't find it.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Bless
that's
you.
cool, man. But yeah, I probably should get that shit looked at. But that's what I was gonna say is I was gonna get it snipped whenever I was gonna get my, what's it called?
Is that like a
Molar
surgery?
wisdom? Yeah,
wisdom
wisdom
teeth.
teeth.
Is that like a thing like you won't be able to talk for a while because
Yeah,
it's
you're-
cut?
Well, so basically they said do it while you get your shit taken out because you're not gonna be able to talk anyway when you do this, and you're not gonna be able to move your tongue whenever you do this. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just not gonna be able to do anything for the same,
God
But they were like,
bless.
since you're already gonna do it,
Damn, that even means a podcast.
yeah, I'm not gonna be able to talk for a long time.
I'm just gonna
But if
solid
I
ass
do
roast
it-
you for a
If I
while.
do
You
it
probably
though,
sound different, maybe.
if
Yeah.
I do it though, I have the longest tongue in the world. I'm gonna get them to cut it back as far as they possibly can. Don't even care.
You think you're gonna go from the shortest tongue in the world?
Dude, I'm
To
gonna
the
get I'm gonna
longest
get
tongue in the
both
world?
You've heard
records.
of the Lorena
Both
Bobbitt.
records.
I mean, he had
Hmm.
no dick for a minute. Then he got a dick back.
And then
so
he was a
bigger.
porn star, so that's like even
Yeah,
wilder.
shit.
Whoa.
You might become a porn star just based off of, hey, I'm the guy that got it clipped.
You mean well? It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
And they say size
It's
doesn't matter. That's all right. Keep your
It's
tongue like
fine.
it is, or extend it.
I think it's, what's fucked up is my dad makes fun of me for it now because he just found out about it like a couple months ago,
That's
He's
wild.
like, you didn't get
'Cause
that
I
from
found
me.
out about it like years.
And I'm like, fuck you, Dad. Dude,
I like
it's
your dad
real.
already.
Dude, he gives me so much shit for it. I'm like, dude, if I hadn't told you, would have never known. He's like, yeah, but you told me. And yeah.
Dad's gotten wild here lately.
I love
He's a free bird now.
Yes, dude, I love seeing it.
Are you
It's
an only
awesome.
child?
I'm not. I've got an older brother and then a younger brother and a younger sister.
Oh wow.
Sister just committed to a college for golf.
Oh, so
Like she's a
So
legit
yeah, she's got a golf
real
scholarship.
deal.
She got a golf scholarship to a college in where's Auburn? Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right next
so
to Auburn.
she's the baby.
She's the youngest, yep.
All right. and
Just
she's going to
turned-
He
college.
also plays, and he's pretty
yeah,
good
yeah.
apparently. I don't
When
know.
I was playing, I was pretty damn good, but
But like that's
I haven't
sick
played
as fuck for somebody to go to college for golf.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like
She's
if I was
talent.
like I was really into skateboarding? Imagine if that was in colleges and it was like, oh, he
Woodward.
went to it. Yeah, Woodward for like that'd be wild. Like I can only imagine like how that feels for her.
Yeah,
It's gonna be wild.
I'm super excited for her, cause like I'm stoked about going over there and getting to see her play and all that
Yeah.
shit, and like getting to see her game
Yeah.
grow as she does it.
How
awesome.
sick would it be?
Super cool.
I don't know if this would be like demeaning, but how sick would it be if you were like her cart boy for a tour?
Oh, no, I carry her back.
Like
I
that'd be
carry her back.
sick.
Dude.
That'd
I'd
be
be her
so
caddy.
sick.
I'd be her caddy.
They'd
every
be like,
fucking weekend.
and
100%.
Awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
100%. I'd be her caddy.
Support. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, they'd be like
100%.
Harper
all
with her
families like-
She pull out
brother.
an 8-iron and be like, you know you don't need that.
Like,
Let's club up here.
Bag boy's fucking up, but that's her little or her older brother.
Do you get along with all your siblings?
Yeah, I think recently, within the last like 6 to 8 months since I've been not living at home and like
Yeah.
around them all the time, just like the kind of space I feel like
Yeah.
has been really good, and that's been the same case with my parents as well. Just not like
shit.
being there all the time
Yeah.
and like, you know, constantly
I'm
in the
jealous
same
because
house.
that hasn't worked for me. So
It's I mean,
Well, it's
Well,
worked
me
for
and you were
us.
good.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, I think
Yeah.
space definitely, it's different for you and other people. You know what I'm saying? But I think the space, at least for me and my siblings, that it's worked
same
on.
siblings.
well, you hope that it right. You hope that it has room for growth, but not all of it does, and sometimes it's healthy and
Yeah.
sometimes it's not. I've learned though you can make it a game. I don't have to do that with you, so it's great. But like, you can make it a game. Like you know that
The difference is you don't have to do the game with me.
you don't know, and that's great that I don't have to do that. But with other people, you do. You kind of have to buy into some of that element or know where you're at with it or
Yeah.
whatnot. Like I know that my grandmother doesn't like the word fuck, so it slips out a time or two. But when it does, I'm like, oh shit, I have a potty mouth, and I recognize it, and I try to control myself a little bit more. Or I know that I don't talk about certain things around certain people or bring a certain energy around them, because then it tears it down to another level.
Yeah.
Speaking of family, my I guess my grandparents-in-law, Joe's grandparents, they live on the water on the bay right here off Scenic. Beautiful home, but when the hurricane happened, they live right there on the bay, and they got a dock that goes, I swear, a mile long up to the water. They've never had it built fully, but anyways, water came up, shit's everywhere.
Yeah.
His mom's got dementia. It's kind of going kind of quicker than what I think we all expected it to, and so she's living with her parents, his grandparents, and she's very artsy, and so is his grandparents. His granddad's an architect, and grandma, she does healthcare, like workman's comp and things like that. But on the side, total crafts. They have a huge home, 5,000 square foot. Top floor is architect spot, crafts, you name it, it's up in the attic.
Now, are they literally on the bottom side of Scenic, like the water side of Scenic, or on the other side of the road Scenic?
They're right by the water, so you know
Okay,
where.
So it's on the left if you're heading to like the bridge or heading to like Dairy Queen or whatever.
Yes, on the left.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're going over the
Like Dairy Queen side of
yeah,
the road.
but if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going over the Escambia Bay Bridge right there, going into Pace, right before you hit the flats and you look over, you see those houses that are on the little coast right there. Theirs is actually tucked in. It's right
past,
there.
So it's past the like Aladdin house or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
like
not
the
past
gold?
that. It's literally the first road, Noriega, when you get on Scenic
Oh
Highway.
yeah, I fucking know Noriega.
Way back up in the end of
Yeah.
that.
I had a friend that used to live back there.
Really cool property, just as far as it being close to the water, different things you can do,
yeah.
beautiful homes. So grandma's got dementia, okay, Well, my oldest, she's about to turn 14, and she's all about earning money, doing this, doing
So
that.
Joe only has his mom, right?
Yeah, his dad passed away last year, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then his sister and his grandparents, yeah. And so Madison's been wanting to earn some money, do something different, whatnot. No big deal, whatever, I don't care. We don't have money. And I keep telling her, we're poor folk. So whatever you think you know, you don't really know, and we're in debt. So whatever it is.
Yeah.
So go to somebody else. So she thinks they're loaded, and they do have money, but they're not like completely loaded. So she'll ask them, hey, what can I do for you? And they'll let her come over and clean. So she's over there a couple months ago, and hurricane hit in September? Somewhere, maybe October. Shoot, I don't even know at this point. Whatever it was, it's been a few months ago. There's still debris out in their neighborhood. Like, the road's been cleared out. It was so bad when a hurricane came that the water, it was waist deep. And I decided, going to their house, the road back there, that I decided with Brian on my back to wade back to the vehicle because I was not going any further.
They're out there with life jackets.
Well, it's right there by the bay. I don't want a gator. I don't want a snake. I don't want none of that shit. Dude. But, so anyways, debris is still everywhere, all over the road. You can see it, like the inside of the house, outside of it, all inside the road.
Did they lose the house over it?
No. Their house, luckily, they built up, so the water came right to the porch and never came inside. Yeah, they got super lucky.
I honestly would just never build there. It just doesn't seem like a smart location.
Especially around here.
I probably wouldn't have, but to each their own.
Unless
you
take the precautions and,
So Maddie goes over there one weekend. She's cleaning up, organizing some things for him, and she doesn't always tell me what goes on. She just tells me that she helps him out. I go to pick her up on that Sunday, or maybe it was even a time after she had went, but we're over there. And I walk into my grandma's kitchen. Again, huge home. And there's shit everywhere. And she's so artsy, so there's things that you never see that have been there for years. And when you find it, you're like, oh, what the hell's this shit?
Yeah.
Shit, Like, she's got painted gourds everywhere, which a gourd is some kind of fruit nut thing.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
You know what this reminds me of? Is Poppy's old shed.
Yes. Or in the gazebo, but a lot more expanded. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I walk into her dining room, and I look over, and
she got a fist just suction cup to the ground.
I see this wooden bowl, antique bowl, and there's seashells all in it, and then I see this glass rod sitting in it. Yes, I go to lean over to look a little bit closer, and my grandmother comes rushing in, and she goes, do you like my unique find? I thought that was so cool. And she picks it up and she starts twirling it around and showing us or whatever. By this time, Madison had a friend with her, so we're all there. Madison, her friend.
You're like, fuck.
Brianna,
the whole crew.
We're all sitting
Everybody's all ears and all eyes.
Yeah.
They're like, what is that?
And she just showing it off, right? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck? That looks really, what the fuck is that? I know that's something else. What is that? She's like, I don't even know what it is either. So by the time that we finish that conversation, the rest of the time I'm there, I'm Googling. I'm asking people that are in this little group I'm in, is this
send
what
them
I
a
think
picture?
It is? Oh, yeah, because it's a group of girls.
Oh, wow.
This
is live.
Yeah. So I send it out, and
it's hit Twitter already. You just getting likes.
It is indeed what I think it is, and it's an anal butt plug, more or less, and it's a glass.
That's not what I thought. I thought you were going to say a glass dildo.
I thought it was going dildo.
It was a butt plug, y'all. And it was probably about 8 inches long, right? And so I put it on, and it's beaded, so it's like
glass.
Boop, boop, boop. Glass.
Oh my god.
Some people like it rough. So, anyways,
was it hollowed out kind of thing?
Hell no, solid.
Okay, a lot of people do that to like gap it.
Ooh.
What?
Okay, anyway.
It's heavy duty. But I posted on my girl site too, and I'm like,
look what
my
I
grandma.
just got.
Yep, my grandma. My grandma has.
Look
this.
what my
This is
grandma
what it
handed
is.
down to me.
What should I do? I wasn't
I
gonna
don't
tell
know
her.
what it is.
Well, because at first I didn't really know, and I get back to the car and I'm laughing hysterically, and the girls are like, "What?" And all I could do was show Joe the picture of the image of what it was. He's laughing. I'm like, "I'm not talking about it right now." I laughed for 3 days straight, and I finally, someone on the group post, she was like, "You should really tell your grandma." I'm like, "Oh
No,
god."
dude, no.
So hold on, I do right. So I
Okay.
messaged her because I was like, if I talk to her, I'm just gonna lose my shit.
100% grandma art. 100%
No.
it was grandma's.
I could,
and she played it off like it was not grandma's. She goes, "Oh, that's crazy. Found that at a yard sale." You're like, "It's brand new, grandma."
There's no way. Well, she told me the story that her and Madison and Shannon, which is my mother-in-law, were walking down the road and were cleaning up debris looking for driftwood and found this piece of glass.
How the fuck
And they
is that
picked it
out
up.
and about?
hurricane happened. Your houses are destroyed. My dresser got messed up. My drawer, wherever this thing was at, it's floated in the water.
Somebody's a little too loose with their anal plugs.
It was a hurricane. It was a hurricane.
Also, it's glass.
I know,
apparently
but
those things can be put through some
shit. It was still
hurricane,
shining.
it
There
wasn't
were no
chipped.
scratches, yo.
Yeah.
None. It was crystal fine. So
that thing's still raw.
You're like, and I have it.
well, I finally get the courage to tell her. I'm like, all right, how am I going to brace this to her? So I send her a picture of what you would purchase. And I said, Grandma, I think I know what your unique find was, ... Because there's no way I could even verbalize it.
She goes, it's a nice candle holder.
Well, she didn't message me back. She calls me the next day. And I said, hey, Grandma. She said, oh, boy. I said, I know. She said, please tell me that wasn't familiar to you. I said, no, it's not mine. It's not mine. She said, okay, well, you know what? It's been out there for probably 6 or 7 months now, and nobody's realized what it is. I think I'm going to keep it.
Of course she did.
Oh
She
my
found
gosh.
out what it was and how it's used, and
Yeah.
she's like, I'm going to test that out.
So now we're ready.
Frank's going to have a good old time
festive.
tonight.
Yeah, get festive every other holiday. She's going to decorate it up. Snowman, Easter Bunny,
Yeah.
I need to go. We need to go over there.
Oh, dude.
Just for the love of the podcast, just to go over there for like a family event.
Oh, can we get like a family picture?
Picture with it?
With it.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh my God. Well, my initial question to Madison was, did you wash your hands? Did y'all wash the device? Did you do anything afterwards? You had it. Because I was like, who
I
carried
wonder
it?
like what they
Stop
did
that.
before we
Whatever that
knew what
is.
it was. Like, were they waving it around?
That was
smelling it.
intentionally made. It's glass, so it's not going to absorb any smell. Not like that.
That's true.
I mean, it might have an odor
It's
if
not
it's got
porous,
shit
I
stuck
guess,
on
or-
it, literally.
Well,
But it was in the water. They found it on debris. It
Mommy,
probably
we
smells
found
like
it. It was
outside.
brown, but we washed it.
we cleaned it up real nice.
Oh God.
Get in the shower now.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
That is awesome, dude. That's so funny.
Nasty. I try to figure out like what the, like if I don't know what it is, would someone tell me? How many people went over there and actually knew what the hell it was and was like, I'm not telling
Just
that bitch. Like,
My grandma's
today.
wild, bro.
I would die.
did she leave it out here on accident or like what's going on here?
That's
Like,
immediately
That's
would have
what
been
I
my
thought.
thought because I don't trust people. I'd been like, bitch, I know what
no,
this
she
is.
twirled it around like
I know what
Don't try and pull that on
she
me.
twirled it around like Vanna White, and I was like, oh God.
She's
She's
literally
all over
twirling it with her fingers.
She's got like like taxi gloves or whatever she puts on. Pulls it out all nice and pretty.
Or she like does this thing and then tucks it in her pocket like a gun.
My thought is
6-shooter.
that's
baby.
gotta hurt. Period. It's a solid object. A dick bends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A piece of glass does not.
Don't.
And it's solid, so I ain't gonna break. I imagine if it was hollow, that would cut your asshole up.
Dude, did you guys ever see that video? And I
If
know
it
this is gonna get
breaks.
super graphic, but the dude that
mason jar.
yes,
Ugh, what?
Pretty sure that dude died.
He did what?
dude put a mason jar in his butt and it broke,
Whoa.
Yeah.
and you just see the mason jar falling out of his asshole, and his
Yeah.
blood just.
Yeah.
You never saw that?
No,
Don't look it up.
Don't
Don't
really.
do it.
You just heard everything
Don't
you
do it.
need to
It's
hear
like
about it.
Yeah. No, it's
Oh,
gnarly.
shit.
Did you ever hear about the
Why
the
would
horse
you stick
dude?
a mason jar?
Oh yeah, you're talking about Mr. Hands?
I don't know.
I think we're talking about Mr. Hands.
It's a dude that was taking care of somebody's farm that had a relationship with a horse, who's trying to say that horse are like people.
Okay, maybe this is not the guy, but there's a guy in Mexico called Mr.
Cool.
Hands.
I'll just not finish my story.
That's okay.
No, that's
Ooh,
fine.
I know how that goes.
So, dude was trying to tell everybody in this town that, like, animals have the same feelings as humans do and, like, we can be relationships with them. Was
Nah.
trying to do that and took a video of the horse fucking him. Died the next day.
Well, of course.
Are you sure you're getting the story right? Because
100%.
Mr. Hands died from getting fucked by a horse.
Okay, maybe it is. But this dude...
But this
I don't
dude
think this is
is
the
a
same
Mexico
one.
guy.
No, he's not Mexican.
I'm not saying
was a-
he is Mexican.
They did a documentary on it.
Mexican.
Mexican. He,
Number 2.
no, there was like a documentary about this
Not the
dude
only
because he
one.
was like this like big.
Are you
animal
absolutely
relationship-
sure his name is not Mr. Hands? Look it up.
No.
Look up Mr. Hands right now.
You know what? Probably not. You got it.
I know what he looks like, dude.
Go on, like, hey.
No, I'm okay.
That's what.
Would he be considered a pansexual at that point then?
No, I think it's a fetish.
It's
I don't
like
think
a-
it's a you love
Yeah.
anything because pansexual is mean you just fall in love with whatever you fall in
and it's
love
a
with, right?
horse, right?
I don't think it's pansexual.
But
I think that's a
I
fetish.
think there's a different genre, like a different
Bestiality.
level. You know what I'm saying? Like a.
I
but
get
it's not
what
even
you're
that.
trying to say,
It's not
though.
even that because it's like a relationship thing. It's like they like are in love with this animal, and the animal feels, or they feel the animal feels the same way, or something.
So lust.
Yeah. It's
You know what asexual is?
Isn't that the same as pansexual?
No, asexual means you don't love
identify.
anything. Like you have no whatever.
I thought that was you just don't identify as a particular sex, and pansexual is you're attracted to whatever. So in essence, they could be one of the
Well, I'm gonna tell you
No?
how it was explained to me.
Oh.
My ex was like,
Hell.
"Hey, I don't think I'm into guys anymore," and I was like, "Oh, that's wild." And then was also like, "I don't think I'm into girls either." And I was like, "Cool, what are we doing?"
All right, then. You want to go get some coffee? Or?
I guess we're done.
Yeah.
So that's how that went. That's how I found out what asexual meant.
I could see how
Oh.
you.
I was like, "You are not asexual at all," and I know. I'm pretty good.
You have to
Yeah.
be definitely interested in something to want to have that engagement. I would assume. But I would never want to fuck my animal, and I love my dog to death. That's a
Yeah.
cute ass little fuck.
I love Callie. I mean, look at her.
That bitch.
Yeah,
She's
there's
so cute.
no attraction there other than like my heart loves that animal to death.
Speaking of her, so I'm glad you enjoy her and you have a really good relationship.
You know what's wild is like thinking back on like how I first met her.
Oh yeah. I didn't think you'd keep
She
her.
is so different and
Oh yeah.
like
She was timid.
but also like she really liked me a lot and she does still, but it's like the way she behaved, like the way she walked around was way different.
Yeah. Well, she was sassy. I feel
Yeah,
like
she would
now
do this with your face.
Yeah.
She doesn't do that now.
No.
She's like, "Bitch, get out of my
But
face."
You know who
Like-
does do that? My alley cat does.
Oh, I know.
So when I first gave you her, Sophie was her name, by the way. I gave you her, and I thought because our daughter, she had eczema. We didn't know she had eczema. We thought she was having an allergic reaction. Yada yada. Found out it wasn't because of her, and then
You know what's so wild is that very day, nobody knows this about Callie, but like that very day I text Tiffany and I was like, I don't know what we were talking about originally, but you asked me what I was doing that day and I was like, I'm about to go to the, what is the place where you rescue animals?
The shelter?
yeah, the shelter, the animal shelter.
But I was about to go there and get a cat. And
Oh,
she's
really?
like, dude,
Yeah, which was
the
great.
cat you love, because I've loved her for a while. I was like, if you ever get rid of her, let me know, or if you have to.
Well, and I didn't think he'd actually keep her. We were initially like, oh, it's gonna be temporary, but then
Which
no,
is wild, because how
they
long have
fell
I
in
had
love.
her?
Oh,
Like 7
God.
years now?
It's been 7 years. Yep. So what?
How long did you guys have her before Kodie had her?
Because we're trying to date her and we have no idea how old she is.
Probably.
We're guessing 10 years. Because I thought I got her when she was 3.
Yeah, I would say she was with us for a good couple of years, and we got her when she was 9 months old.
That makes me sad she's 10.
So she was 9 months old, and I think we had her for 2 years. But our other cat, Boots, he ran away, and then all just at the same time, it all just happened. Boots was sleeping in the crib with Brianna.
Sleeping with
and
other cats.
we were trying to get
He was
him out.
there with the brim.
And
Out there with the broom.
Sophie wasn't, or Callie wasn't so much of a problem. But anyways, he takes her. Now we realize she has eczema, and that's not the problem. So I want my fucking cat back, right? No, I can't get my cat back because he's falling in love, and she's falling in love, and there's no getting that back anyways. So I'm like, okay, Kodie, I need a cat. This motherfucker, let me tell you.
No,
No,
not this
hold on a second.
motherfucker.
No, I love
This
him.
lady.
I love him. I love him dearly, but
I don't know.
he calls me and he's like, I got the cat for you. And I'm like, oh my God, yes.
Which one was this?
Hold on, it's Allie. It's the one I have. I can't believe
I
I
don't
took
know.
her. I cannot believe it. Because
You live there, yeah.
what I wanted was this wonderful
Was it low?
love.
No. It wasn't low. We've had a lot of animals, okay?
What was the other one?
Oh, that's right.
What did we call
What
her
did we-
before we gave her to you?
You didn't have
and
her
as
name.
alley
We called
cat.
her.
Probably diseased cat. Because when
She
I
had,
got
no,
her,
she had no hair on her ears.
no
Yeah,
hair,
what was her
and she
I
had
don't know what we were
scabs all
calling her,
over her
though.
body. She was fucking nasty, disgusting. And he asked me if I wanted her, and I met her, and she loved on me like I wanted, but I did not like the feel of it. It was not. It was not
She
a
was
match.
rough.
You're
It
like,
was
why
not
is
a
her
match.
face brittle, like
I was like, I
bumpy,
think-
but then her ears are like smooth like
Yeah, I was
leather?
like, she has a disease or something. He's like, no, I think she got in a fight or something. She's been outside, or maybe she got attacked by ants or something. I'm like, she's got a fucking disease.
Cody's
Something's
coming up with all
wrong with
kinds
her.
of shades.
I'm
yeah,
like,
she's
no,
fine.
man, she knows alligators.
Yeah, he's
fine.
like, oh, if you
She's
just take her
fine.
home and take care of her, she's gonna be fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. So I'm like, okay, we'll try this out. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we took her home and it was like, hey, cat, hey, what's up? Like, from over there.
No, you
so
good.
yeah, head.
The
sit
cat's
there.
like, why
That's
you
all
being
you.
weird?
So
That's all you.
right. Well, we take her into the vet and we had them check her, and at first they're like, yeah, she got something up with her skin. And I told him she's been outside
no
for a while.
shit, dog.
Right? She was so nasty, like scabs everywhere. So the doctor gives us this oil we put on the back of her neck, and slowly but surely the fucking shit goes away.
Was this the one we got from the fucking the dude like
Nope.
by the
Oh no,
dump?
she was outside.
We found this cat.
Yeah. She was outside across, the neighbors moved out or something. I don't even remember. But there was a litter of them or something. And she was the only one that was left, or I don't even remember.
Paige found her.
Yeah, there was one or two over there or something.
What?
One or two, just her.
That's another cat. We have so many animal stories.
So I get her, I take her to the vet. They give us this oil. I quit the oil. I'm not real good with daily shit at all.
You're like, you be all right. You don't need that
Well,
oil.
I forget to do it. And so one day I was like, I went to go up to the vet or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Let's go and get some flea shit. Because I cannot do the flea thing either. And she didn't get them because she don't really go outside. But I didn't want to have them as a problem for summer. She's allergic to fucking fleas. That's why she was like that. And so I named her Allie for alopecia because I thought she was bald. But it turns out she was sunburnt. And that's why her ears never grew hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what also is like, when people are like, dude, I'm not going to say where I know this person, but like you saying like she's allergic to fleas, that's like saying you're allergic to being broke.
I'm allergic to trees and grass. I literally just found that out.
That's crazy.
It is.
I know a person that says they're
can't roll around
allergic
in it.
to healthy foods and allergic to water.
Okay, so that's actually a little bit bullshit. I don't know who said that.
More than a little bit
It's
bullshit.
Like, it's specific.
is-
You would be specifically allergic to a particular.
Oh, I know.
whether it be
I have
wheat
caught this
or
person eating
a nut.
entire bags of frozen fried chicken tenders and like gallons of like chocolate milk, and I'm like, you're allergic to water and healthy food, and they
Ooh, no, you can't be allergic to water.
Dude.
Ooh.
I'm sure you could be
gotta
allergic
tell you
to
this.
some
you
sort of
can.
liquid. Maybe there's like something in the water, but maybe not water, but maybe something in it. But like they're convinced, and that's all I'm gonna say about it because I don't know.
Dude, there was this dude
Can't
that
say much
worked,
more.
that worked for us at Global who was a dishwasher. His name was Big Red. That's what we call it. He was like this big. He's this big ginger guy. His name was Tony. He was funny as fuck, but
I wonder how you got that nickname.
I think
Big
they
Red?
all. It's either
Yeah.
big red or.
fat guy with red hair.
No shit.
Oh,
Got that pretty quick.
well, you asked. But no. So we were like, he had worked for us for like 6 months or something, and he was fucking hilarious. But one day he was sitting there washing dishes, like halfway through service. He's like, "Man, my fucking head hurting, dog. Like, I got a headache and shit." And like the sous chef was like,
Y'all like, there's a bullet in your head.
Dude, we had another dude called Mr. Stabby. That's what we called him, was Mr. Stabby, because he got stabbed under the graffiti bridge.
Wow.
But fucking, but he was like, "Man, my head hurt, and I got a motherfucking headache and all this shit." And the sous chef's like, "Man, you're probably dehydrated. Go get a glass of water." And he's like, "Water?" He's like, "Fuck that shit." He said, "I don't like water. I don't drink water." He goes, How long has it been since you
How
drank
long have
water?"
you not drank
He
water?
goes, how long has it been since you drank water? He goes, "Man, probably like 7 years." He goes, "What?" He goes,
Yeah.
"You haven't drank water in 7 years?" He goes, "What do you drink?" He goes, "Dr. Pepper."
Yep, I know someone the same exact
Drinks-
way. 30 years.
Dude.
Wow.
And he's
And
still alive.
Bro,
I
you
mean,
don't
technically,
drink
you are
water.
drinking water
No,
because,
but
like,
it's carbonated. It's gonna
I know,
kill
but
the rest
still,
of the shit
that
out.
that
All
is
shit that's in it.
insane.
7 years without a drink of water. I'm like,
Dude, there was a
what?
stretch there when Grandma lived with us when she was in the wheelchair. We only had that like Brita or that Calgon or whatever, the
Yeah,
big
but-
gallon of
yeah.
water things that you.
Callaghan or whatever.
Yep.
And we had the water machine, and that's all she
Dude.
drank. And I got hooked on like just drinking water for, I don't know, 5 years. And then I was like, maybe I'll start trying something else. But like, she had me convinced like water tastes really good, and I started thinking water tasted
Damn,
really
that shit
good.
do be
I don't
tasting
believe
good.
that, but you know, I watched a documentary recently with Zac Efron, mainly because he's really fucking good.
That's not a
looking.
documentary.
But-
You're talking about the series where
The
he's
series,
going
yes.
all over.
But he's talking
I like how
about
she cut eyes real hard. She goes,
He said,
he's talking about water though.
she's talking. She's judging real hard. Look at her. Ooh.
Me or you? Shit.
You.
Because he was. Girl,
You said Zac Efron, and she goes.
he went from.
Boy, he looked
I
good,
could feel
dog.
heat coming off
He
that.
looked good.
He's pretty
dog.
delicious, so I watched it intently, and
She said.
they're going over.
Joe's
the-
like, why are you watching this?
Watch
You're
it
like, don't worry about
Oh,
it.
no,
Shh, he's
shit.
talking. He's
Joe
talking.
was
He's talking.
right there with me, just as intrigued.
Joe's like, man, he's cute, ain't he?
Yeah.
Steven's like,
Said,
"What?"
take his shirt off.
He can
Take
be the
his
little
shirt
one,
off.
and you could be the big one.
Just-
Anyways,
Is he gonna
Did you
take his
see
shirt off in
Baywatch
this one?
then? I assume you watch Baywatch.
Well, yeah, but I didn't really pay
Shirtless like
attention.
half the movie.
Yeah, see, I'm not
Yeah.
really into
Maybe
all
the
that
entire
shit. I'm
movie,
not into
honestly.
the whole looks or whatever. It just
Just we're talking.
But
I think you
listen.
said smoldering.
It's more, I didn't say those words, but it's so much of the intellectual with the attractiveness. Like he had both of them. So, anyways, I'm intrigued in it.
Are we talking about
it.
Zac Efron?
Yes.
You said
It's
both of
Efron.
them?
Did you watch?
I did.
Have you
What's
seen
it
Okay.
called?
It's like Zac Efron experiences the
It's
world
like
or
a-
something
No.
along those lines.
It's like
I can't remember what it's
Jamie,
called.
look that up.
Please.
she said, "You talking to me?"
I don't know what it's called,
Yeah,
but
shut up. My
regardless,
name's not Jamie.
he goes over to these different places and he tries different water, and they start
Yeah.
telling him the amount of oxygen and different elements that you have in the water and how
Yeah.
it tastes better,
Yeah,
and you like it and you enjoy it more so than you would with something else because there's actual like we put chemicals in our water and we dilute it, and whenever we purify our water, you're actually taking all the minerals and stuff out your body that you actually need.
Right.
That's why we have to take all these vitamins and other things.
You mean when you distill the water? Because when you distill it, you take
purify
all of that
even
out.
if you purify it?
Yeah, but
It
purifying
takes out
only
a
takes
lot.
out certain.
Yeah, but you're.
But when you
cleansing
distill it, you literally.
Well, you don't drink. Typically, you don't drink distilled water.
When you drink distilled water, it's for weight cuts. Like
The
that's
best
why.
water to drink is spring water. I don't
Yeah.
care if you.
I mean,
are doing-
flavor wise, maybe, but
Yeah.
people drink distilled water for weight cuts.
Yeah, but
Because
you're
it
not getting
flushes
that.
you out.
Yeah, but you're not getting anything from distilled
That's
water.
the point.
Yeah, but that's
For a
ridiculous.
weight cut.
Yeah, but
yes.
for cutting,
For a
you're
weight
you're
cut,
cutting weight for
yes.
like a 5-day.
For weight cuts,
each
You're trying to
own.
cut
I
weight
just don't
to
agree
like
with
a minute.
for a weight cut, it makes sense, but you're not going to the store and buying 50 gallons of distilled
And it
water
don't
to be like,
taste
I
good.
drink this year round.
It
You
tastes
don't do
plain,
that.
bleh,
You know,
right?
there's no flavor. To
I
it.
did not believe that shit, and then I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's a fucking liar." Whatever he said. So I went into a store, and I just so happened to see.
What is your brand?
I don't have a brand. I just use.
Do you have
Walmart
one you
spring
don't
water.
like?
Yeah, I don't like any purified water. I don't like Dasani. That's fucking.
Dasani is
disgusting.
number one.
It is nothing but
Dasani
purified water.
sucks.
Think about it.
It has salt in it.
They're purifying your water and selling you bottled water that they took and purified. They took tap water and
And
purified it,
just
and then you're
ran through a
buying it,
fucking-
and it's the most.
Yeah, but they
expensive.
also add salt in it, so it makes you thirsty. So
Yeah,
you
that's
keep drinking it.
ridiculous.
That's
Well,
a proven fact.
It's a
Please.
Coke product,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that right there in itself. But just any spring water really is my favorite because all of it tastes different. All springs
You know-
taste
Oh,
different.
yeah.
but
You know what's really good?
100%.
Poland Springs.
really?
Had that.
Poland Springs is pretty good.
Yeah. I
What
haven't.
is it? The green label? Is that
No,
the
it's
green
red.
label?
It has a red label.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I know. I think what you're talking about is Deer Park.
Maybe that's it.
Ooh, I
Deer
do
Park's
like
pretty
Deer
good.
Park, yeah.
Deer Park's pretty good.
crisp. Oh, but I didn't
That shit
realize how different it
crisp.
tasted. It does.
It is wild
I
how
did-
much you'll fucking.
I didn't believe that shit, and then I'm taste testing. I'm like, this motherfucker. What the fuck?
You know what's wild?
shit.
I
What's
used
that happen?
I used to work with this guy named Patsy, and he would only drink room temperature water. And I asked him about it, and he said it burns more calories. Actually,
cold water does.
cold water does.
Because your body
you
is.
have
You
Yeah,
have to
it's
turn the
whatever,
temperature
yeah.
down to
Yeah.
like your body's temperature, so it burns calories to do that.
However, did you know that the best thing to do when you first wake up is to drink a glass of room temperature
Yes.
water?
Water.
It like gets your body going.
It's
It
like
gets
starting
it,
your car.
It's like
You want
lubricating.
it to start
it.
it, but you
Going.
don't want it to go right away. You want it to start.
I don't know
slow.
why.
I try not to be too healthy though. Like fucking donuts are my life. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, and also
Ugh.
you live way too close to the best donut place in the general area, and that's Milton Bakery.
Why?
I'm talking when they have fresh
Oh my God.
glazed
So-
donuts.
I don't even
there's
wanna
like a
fucking
texture
talk about
to it
this
that's
shit,
like
because I
They
will
are
drive
amazing.
to Milton Bakery.
I love Milton Bakery, but whatever the hell you had last time we came over, I had a cake donut out of that thing.
Oh, Dunkin' probably.
No,
What?
it was
was it
some.
Maynard?
Nope, it was some hole in the wall because I was like, I've never heard of this place ever.
Oh no, they don't exist anymore.
What place is it?
Who was it?
That was fucking In and Out, and now they're a
Yes.
gyro place.
They
Euro,
were,
but it's fine.
It was a cake donut. It was amazing.
Damn, you just made me
Gyro
so sad
place.
because we literally live like 500 feet from this
Hey, can we
place.
talk about how you just said gyro instead of
We
Euro real
can't,
quick?
and we don't have time for it.
Ooh,
Today's show's wrapping up real
Gyro,
quick.
bro.
All of a sudden,
You know, that
gyro?
just pissed me off
Gyro.
so much.
yeah, like it was spelled G U
Oh, I would have done the same thing.
Y R O W. Gyro.
Gyro what? Dude,
Gyro heard what the fuck I said.
What origin is that?
That's American.
That shit's
Oh,
Greek
I know
as
it's
fuck.
Greek. Wait, like,
It's
That shit's
American.
Trailer
It's,
Park, that's what that is.
dude, hey, guess
gyro
what?
is American.
Guess what? I've never left America.
Not even once?
Not even once. I didn't find that in Greece. Found that here.
What's disappointing is
yodel?
to have that kind of
A
shit.
gyro.
If you were to go over there and taste a real one, it wouldn't even taste the same.
Oh, I'm sure it
not
wouldn't
even
even
like
look.
the same
It
It
thing.
probably wouldn't even look that.
It's not even like...
Yeah.
it's
When I
like
found
not
out what a
even-
chalupa looked like for the first time, I about cried because that's not what I ordered.
Yeah.
I ordered.
You
what was
started
on
crying.
top
You're
of
like,
it.
that is not what I ordered.
It's just one shell. Like it
I'm
was
a pretty
flat.
girl. I want what I ordered.
I wasn't though. Thank you very much. And I appreciate that boost. Thanks.
Chalupa?
It is crazy though to think back on time and how much things change and people grow or don't, or just how it changes in general. It's
Yeah.
wicked.
It
Just,
is.
the things you remember too. So I was talking to Dad recently and just going down memory lane and thinking about different things. And there's certain things that I can remember very vividly, like roads that we went down or when we went mudding. I don't know if you remember. We were in back of
With the
Boo-Boo's
Baja?
truck. Or even the Baja, the
Baja.
Beetle. So the truck though, when we were in the back
Who
of that.
the hell did we go on with the truck? We went down
Jones's
Jones's swamp.
Yeah.
But we went out there and got stuck and it was in the dark, like
Yep.
complete darkness.
It was Boo Boo. And he had some of his friends. And Laura sat in the back with us.
Tim.
Oh, no. This was way before them, wasn't it?
No. I'm not talking about Tim, like Dad's friend Tim. I'm talking about Boo Boo had a guy. They called him Tim the Toolman Taylor, but
Oh, he had another truck that was jacked up, too.
super
But you couldn't
fucking
get
big. It
into
was on like 44s.
Yeah, you had to... Someone had to literally put
It was
you
on
in
a
the vehicle.
Toyota truck, like a small Toyota, like
Yeah.
a import Toyota truck.
Boo
Like
Boo
the
would stand next to it, and he
tiny
was still
truck.
bigger than he was.
like what
Bigger
fucking
than
Dallas
Chuck
used
then.
to have.
This guy's name wasn't Jimmy, was it?
I just told you it was Tim.
Oh.
Fucking follow! Damn
Hey,
it!
bro, you were talking about whose name
I
it
said
was.
his name was Tim the Toolman Taylor. You say, what's his name, Jimmy?
I'm just saying.
Well,
You didn't
remember
even
that
say
shit.
Timmy. You said Jimmy.
Yeah, cause my uncle has one, and I was like, damn.
You know
is
what I'm
this
gonna
about
do?
to make sense
This
right
is
now?
what I'm about to do.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
That was fun, though. Like, doing shit like that. Nobody does that anymore.
Oh yeah, well, they do, but it's like they gotta spend $15,000
Yeah.
on rigs to go out and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and people would swap and like trade and all that shit. But
Like just whole
you know,
vehicles.
Boo Boo's name used to be Dr. Zip. On his trucks, he would have the banner Dr. Zip in his crew.
That's kind of gross.
I mean, his real name is Harold, but he went by Skip, Boo Boo, Dr. Zip.
You know where he got Boo Boo from? Yogi Bear. Dad used to call him Boo Boo from Yogi Bear, and that it was like, hey Boo Boo, and that's where Boo Boo
Dude,
got
Dad
him.
has a knack for calling people from
Like
other shows.
nicknames?
He would call me homie because he would be Homer.
Oh.
That's how I got the whole "this is the homie" thing.
How did I get Tipper? That's fucked up.
Tiffer, yeah.
They called me. Look.
help you there.
They called me. They
You
called
got the
me-
shit into that stick.
When they were married, they called me Tiffer-Rooney, and when they divorced, Dad still called me Tiffer, and my mom called me Rooney. What the fuck is that shit?
You know what's weird too is like, how did I lose the boogie thing? I was
Oh,
boogie
shit,
for a
you
long
were.
time.
You weren't as cool. You quit partying.
I didn't like boogie at the time, but boogie's not bad.
Wow.
One of my favorite rappers ever is called Boogie, so like.
Seriously, he
With the
had
hoodie?
he was so cute. The biggest
No,
head.
not that Boogie.
on
Like
his
his
little
name is
body.
just Boogie, you asshole.
Oh.
But yeah, like I remember I was Boogie for a while,
Like
and then
I-E
like when
or
it
Y?
me and Dad were, it was just me and Dad living at Grandma's
sure.
house. No, it was like Boogie.
I-
But when we lived at just Grandma's house and we lived downstairs,
Yeah.
downstairs it was like a trailer, but like the downstairs was actually on the actual ground.
Every time I think about that, I get sick. Like I get nauseous. I'm like, oh shit. Reminds me of throwing up all over everybody, eating too much pizza.
Dude, what's wild is at that trailer was the first time
Ugh.
I ever got an earache. I fell asleep because it was so hot outside. I fell asleep with my face on it had a floor vent. And my face on the floor vent. My ear got dried out from the AC, and it's fucked my ear up ever since.
Oh, I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah.
You
But
always
we lived downstairs, and we watched Futurama, Family Guy, and The Simpsons. And it was like Fox used to do this thing called like the animation domination on Sundays. And that's when we were able to watch The Simpsons with it. But every night we would watch Futurama then Family Guy because it was on like Toonami or whatever. And like he started calling me homie around that time, and I was like, well, that makes me feel cool.
Oh shit.
So that's why I've like held on to that for so long.
That's why it's stuck, yeah.
Yeah.
He still calls you that?
Yeah, he'll be like, "What's up, homie?"
The first time I
But
ever,
it makes me feel like he's calling me homie, not like he's like, "What's up, homie?"
Yeah.
Because
Like your
he'll
specific
talk to
name.
his brother and be like, "What's up, fucker?"
Yeah.
But he calls me homie, and I've never heard him call anyone else that, and I'm like, "Oh, damn, dude."
You know what made me finally feel cooler on Dad? I remember when Annie Kim got her surgery and lost all that.
And you were like, "Fuck that bitch."
Look, she was gonna lose all this weight, so she had just got home from her surgery.
That in
or
itself
was
is a
going to
huge
it.
story.
Yeah, well, she was going to go into it. She was telling us she was just so excited.
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
lose
first
all-
time?
Yes, the first time. I'm gonna lose all this weight, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna look like you. Well, I
Also,
was a chubby
like,
kid.
you
by the
just
way.
sold it the wrong way.
Huh?
Like, the way she
She's
would
500
say it is
pounds.
like, "I'm going to lose all this weight." No, they're cutting it out of you.
They are cutting it out of you.
What do you mean
And
you're
they're
gonna lose all
But
this
they're
weight? You
stapling your
couldn't.
stomach. They're
You
reducing
didn't.
it.
Yeah.
So anyway, she looks at me and she's like, "I'm gonna look just like you," and instantly, chocolate starfish. Instantly,
Biscuit.
The hot dog flavored water.
Yes! I'm glad we all got that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
she looks at me and she's like, "I'm gonna look just like you," and I looked at my dad like, "Oh my
You're like,
god,
"Oh no!"
like fuck." So we get to the
Please
car
go.
and he's like, it was so chilling. He taps me. He's like, "Hey." She didn't even look at me. Oh, so I was like, I died laughing. I'm like, all right, cool. So I gotta lose a bunch of weight. There's no way to fuck.
Because if she thinks this is the after, I gotta get back.
I just had so much anxiety because of her. Like, watching her grow up. Look, she was a thick girl, size 18, like real thick girl. Beautiful
bone.
brown, curly hair.
Yeah.
Beautiful face, beautiful structure.
You're
Hips
talking about
for
like when
days.
she was
Hips.
young.
Yes.
Faux days.
She worked at
Like
Winn-Dixie.
birthing? We're talking
Del
birth and
Champs.
hips.
Dale Champ, sorry.
Yes, she's
Champs is old
beautiful.
school.
But then she slipped
Only
and
low,
fell,
yeah.
was a little greedy, and didn't get some shit she wanted, but fought for more shit. Regardless, ended up gaining a whole bunch of weight. It was like 500 pounds, super overweight.
Whoa.
You know, it's hard for her to walk and do different things. I feel for her, but you've done it to yourself.
Yeah.
You've created this whole
Yeah.
image that you've got going on, and you have to have mind over matter sometimes, and that's really hard. So you got to build a support system. Not saying that we did not have the greatest support system, and we still do not. So whatever. But you got to be able to do that for yourself too, not just because that's what's needed, but for yourself. Like, and she's still heavy. She lost a couple hundred, and then gained it back. So I don't think she's kept any of it off. I don't know, but that sucks because then your life is already. It's already limited.
Yeah.
There's only certain things that you can experience for one, and two, you're only gonna be able to live so long because of the health
of all of
conditions.
that.
But also, since that whole thing, she's basically leaned on people. Like, I would remember going over to her house, and, like, she would get me something, or she would get me, like, a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, and then she'd call my dad in front of me and be like, "Yo, I got your son," or whatever she would call me. I got him, like, an action figure. That was $20.
Yep,
So
yeah,
whenever
pay
you
back.
see me next,
20
20 cash.
The last year that happened, Dad sat us down after Christmas and he was like, "I want you to know, I'm not paying your fucking aunt a goddamn penny, so you guys won't get another present. So don't say nothing."
Yeah.
But that's how that is, and he explained us how it was. I was like, "Fuck."
that was pretty
gnarly,
straight up,
dude.
period, with a lot of things.
But
Like,
that's how that side of the family was. Because if you actually look at it from a bigger point of view, I think Kim took it more on the greed side, but my Poppy's was super frugal.
Yeah.
Super cheap, trying to get the cheapest
Pinch a
whatever.
penny type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would go to
100%.
somebody and bargain them. Well,
Yeah.
in today's society, you don't. If it's retail and it says
Yeah.
whatever, you don't bargain them. He still fucking did.
Yeah.
It's in the discount bin.
I
You're
see
gonna
it says
fucking bargain anyways, you know.
but come on.
Yeah, like so it was a different time when
Discount?
she fed.
Yeah.
different.
yeah.
And she was the only girl in the family, so they kind of like boosted and gave her whatever. But it was totally
That
different family.
probably had a lot. That
you know what's
probably had a
wild
lot
is,
to
like,
do
she
with it.
doesn't remind me of either. She didn't remind me of Grandma or Poppy's.
If you look at when she's thin, she looks just like.
No, I mean,
Poppy
like,
in the face.
personality. Like,
Oh.
she seemed like an alien to the family as far as, like, personality. She didn't seem anything like either one of them.
Grandma's a lot like Dad is, so I guess
Ye-
Kim can be fun-loving. Kim can be fun, but not responsible or accountable. So
Yeah.
then you have to watch where the placement is. So family-wise, yeah, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't have seen that shit. No.
But I also did my best to avoid her. Like, I was forced to be with her for, like I would go over there. I don't know why, but
To
I would
clean her
go over there.
house, to
Yeah,
wash her
I
dogs.
built her fucking husband a fucking RV track in their backyard one summer.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid for it. I was just there to do that. Like, and their fucking backyard was like this deep, and it's like a foot deep in fucking leaves.
Yeah, we had
So
to
you
rake
would have
that
to
shit.
rake it, bag it, put it in the front yard, and they're on mobile highway.
And
dude.
while it's being done, I swear to God, the leaves are still fucking falling.
Yeah, they have like
We'd
their
be out there for
backyard can't
hours.
see sunlight. There's no sunlight in their backyard because how big the fucking trees are.
Yeah.
But you were
Oh,
just
it's
doing
miserable.
that. It wasn't like getting paid to do anything. You were just
No,
doing
it was like,
because
that's
it
what
was
I'm
like
doing.
chores now. Like,
Yep.
Oh, it was miserable. Her
That's
house,
crazy.
Dude, you got to
she's-
think she's 500 pounds. Her
Oh my
husband was like
she's like a hoarder too, because their house
Yes.
is a path. There's only one path. and
you
it's
dug
to a
out your
chair.
thing on the couch to sleep in.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh
I didn't
my
know,
God.
like I didn't understand this as a kid because I was like, that's just how
Okay,
she is. I
whatever.
don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know more people were like this.
Yeah.
Now I have a mom,
Yeah,
and I
she-
figured that out.
She'd hire, or not hire, she'd have her cousins over to do her laundry and shit, which would be all over the
What the
couch. And then
fuck?
they'd fold it and she'd never put it up. Like,
That's
it got pretty bad.
They
but
had 2 or 3 big
several.
dogs.
Several.
But I
remember
remember
their
one
dog.
being black and white, and it was like a husky, or not a husky, but it.
Chows.
What
I
was it?
thought they were chows. 'Cause
Chow,
they were
yeah, chows,
full
that's what it
of
was.
hair. And we'd shave them.
But it was like I remember the pathway to get to the backyard.
Oh, from the
You could
dogs
see
or
it?
whatever?
You could
Yeah,
see the
because it's
shape.
like the dogs figured out like this is the best way, and then now
Uh-huh.
the humans were like, okay, that's best.
Follows. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Looking back on some of it, even though it's kind of ridiculous and outlandish, I'm like, I'm grateful.
Dude,
I'm
and-
so grateful that I went through all that because I'm like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, because you know how not to be.
Yeah.
She was
If
also
you
like the
learn.
biggest penny pincher as far as like
Oh my-
bargain food. I'm gonna get like 6 boxes of this. It's only out of date by a week. You're talking about the cereal or these eggs or like or this milk is
That's
only
what
out
she
by
had
like.
from her dad. Her dad was like that. Like, he'd get shit on the bargain rack, and then he'd bargain, like I said, to the retailer,
Yeah.
and then freeze it, and we'd be drinking old milk. You remember that shit? He'd water down the
Oh,
ice
yeah.
milk for us to drink.
Oh, I do.
Ugh. Hated that shit. But that's where he got it from. Or she got it from. That whole side just a little off.
The only
Lips.
the only caveat to this is like he was a little kid during the Great Depression, so you got to think like he has that mindset of like things can go away.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
I'm not saying it's right
different-
or wrong. Yeah,
And he
to
went
each
to
their own.
war,
Everybody has
like
their
so
own
it's
thing.
like
Yeah, growing up in that time definitely fucked with your head.
but
You know
that's
what
no
I'm
excuse for like how Auntie Cam came out. Like that's
But
a different.
I think they taught her different. It was a totally. My mom, I swear, I hear this. I've heard it 1,000 times. But the night that I was born, or the day I was born, was prom. And my grandmother told my mom that my dad was going to be taking my aunt to prom. And my mom said, no, the fuck he ain't. He's coming to the hospital to take his wife and his kid home. He's not going to prom. And he didn't go to prom. And Grandma was so mad at Mom for the longest time for that shit. Like, how old are you?
Yeah.
You can't go to
Yeah.
prom by yourself or with a group of people or something?
Yeah.
Like, I understand your brother's cool. Like, he looked hot in some pink. I was looking at some pictures. Go, Dad. Shit.
Dad's got
killing
some
it.
style back
He
then.
did.
Like I remember the photos in the gazebo,
Yeah.
like with the fucking
pimping.
I don't even know what you call that
Straight
type of
pimp.
jacket. The buttons and then it's got it's like
The flannels.
No, that one. But then he also has pictures with me,
Oh,
you.
like the old burly lumberjack kind of. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's like a white silk jacket with blue, and he's got. My mom was sitting next to him, but then there's also one with all of us kids and poppies.
What are those little jackets called? Because
I don't
bomber
even-
jackets.
Bomber jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was like the old school, like I guess it's early '90s at this time, where it's got like it's silk, but then it's like airbrushed on the back,
Yeah.
and it'll be like Martha
Fucking
and
Miracle.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
like a bald eagle or whatever.
yeah.
He always did the weird, like, Dad always found the weirdest, uniquest things to do or to be around or whatever. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have been mud riding. I wouldn't have been in the Baja, the bug. I wouldn't have. He had these the airbrush. Everything was airbrushed. Rice necklaces. Do you remember those? There was a necklace with a piece of rice in it that you wrote, like, someone's name or whatever message you wanted, and it went into this little glass container on your neck. And it was sitting in a colored of
Rice?
oil. Yeah, it was rice.
What?
And you wrote on, or you didn't. Whoever you bought it from wrote whatever you wanted on the rice, and they dropped it on the necklace. I still
never
have
heard
it.
of that.
That's one of the things that I kept that Dad's.
I don't know that either.
Dude, I was. About
I know
to
me and
say,
Dad used to make
fucking-
models
the-
together.
The fucking
Yeah.
the whole airbrush thing. When I was a kid, I remember like every Walmart used to have
Every
an
one
a-
of 'em,
Used to
yes.
have an airbrush
dude,
station.
That's wild.
where
And
you could
you
go
could
in and
see it as soon as you
as
walked
soon
in.
as
It
what-
went all the way up.
all the way to the
I'd
top
be
of
so
the ceiling.
sad. We'd look at the pictures.
And you would.
Which one am I? Which
There's
one?
What the fuck
500
happened?
Why do they take all those away, dude?
Not everybody wants airbrush anymore.
Bro, it's
I
crazy.
do.
I want
That's
airbrush
super smart.
t-shirts.
Cali, you gotta go to California.
We have airbrush t-shirts.
Yeah, I got one. The last one I got was when I got pregnant with Madison. Dad got me a shirt, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's a Prego sauce jar. Because we would make jokes about it, and it's got a woman on it that's pregnant, and she's kind of poking her belly out, and it says the sauce that can't be unscrewed. So he thought it was a funny. Yeah.
Damn, Dad.
Yo, Dad got a sense of humor.
Damn.
18. Here you go, girl.
Oh my god, that's funny. Dude, but that I remember that vividly as a child, like going up to the counter and looking at all the shit and be like, "Damn, that's so sick."
Yeah, dude, they would either find me in electronics toys or at the
I don't know why they stopped doing it, but we were watching some kind of documentary on that too, and they're all out in Cali, and they can do some badass airbrush, like murals and things that people like. Damn, that's impressive. That's true talent.
I don't know why they don't do that anymore, or why there's still not a spot around here that does it. You know,
like where we got it was at the fairgrounds, but that dude tours. Like he's with the fairgrounds. Like
a standalone spot. If anybody knows how to airbrush, that's what we need in Pensacola.
I mean, has an idea.
Yeah. Speaking of needing, I got a business idea. Can this be copyrighted? Can I say that? Don't steal my idea, motherfuckers.
I don't know.
All right, so
works.
You can get a lawyer to look at this episode, and we would love to listen.
Okay, so I was thinking, there's nothing out here where you can just go and have fun and do something without it being so tight or concealed. Like we have the fair that comes around.
Oh, you
but
told
it's
me about this.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, get like 50 acres out somewhere. Mm-hmm. You can do go-karts on one section of it, paintball on the other, outdoor movie nights, water scheduled, by the way, because you can do that shit randomly. Water balloon fights, like random shit. Yeah. Nobody does that.
You know what you're talking about? The country version of like Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
No.
Rob Dyrdek.
Oh, yeah?
The Fantasy Factory, like he had his own building and he did all kinds of shit inside. Yeah. You're basically talking about an outdoors country version.
Yeah, outside, but for everybody. Yeah.
That would be fun as fun. I would do. Yeah, that would be so fun. And just like just do random shit out there.
Now I got to get a whole bunch of people to quit their job to become support. Right. If you're listening and need a job, please call me.
I do that. I do that in this.
100%.
How fun would that be?
It would be so fun.
Like, seriously. And you're talking about, it's mainly going to be kids. And then, especially if you're doing it on Friday and Saturday evening.
Oh, bro.
Can you imagine? Shit ton of people. The entertainment, it'll be so awesome.
You could have so much fun. I would have.
Food trucks.
That's what I was about to say. I'll pull a food truck out there.
Yeah.
But like, I'd be the vendor, dog.
Yeah, but even kids that are 25 years old.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get some good old boys out there. Like you're gonna get old people out there.
You mind if we bring our own go-kart?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got a cow. We can just get out there. People can ride.
You mind?
But how awesome! Like, there's not enough out here, and the shit that is here, I swear to God, it's either really old and not kept up like it should be, or outrageous.
Yeah, 100%.
God, and I can fit into the go-karts at Bass Eddie still, so that's still an option. Shit.
Game.
That's when I know I need to lose weight if I can't. Shit. Yeah. It's crazy. Things change.
So you have a deep thought?
Yes. So strange enough, brings me
We're
back.
going to end it on this.
Okay.
So let's
it brings me back to my childhood. So going back to Grandma's house. Cody lived there with my dad for a while, and I swear it was like intermittent. Like they lived there for a little bit, and then they moved, and then they had to come back.
I remember at one point we lived there, and then Grandma kicked us out. And we stayed in his S10 next to the Big Red Barn.
Big Red Barn? Oh, that was like down the road.
Yeah.
Must not have been long.
There was an empty lot next to the Big Red Barn, which was a thrift store back in the day. And we would park there because nobody really patrolled it and just sleep in the back. No.
Well,
I mean, this was like...
Well, there was even the place right next door, another lot, and that's where our uncle stayed in a little camper, travel camper. But when we go over to her house, I swear it was like going to another country. Okay, I came from my mom's house, which a lot of times we lived in the hood for a while, and then we moved out to Pace, and we lived in a trailer. No big deal. It was great. But going from her rules to his rules, my mom is very strict. Very. This is how this goes. This is what you're gonna do. There's no outskirting to that. And then going over to Dad's house, like, don't fucking stab nobody. Like. Go over there too. We're locking you out of the house and come back at 8 or whatever time. Yeah.
You're like, be careful because that house right next door burned down.
Yeah, burned down. Don't climb too high, okay? Like, I'm not taking you to the emergency room now. You fucking break your legs, fuck off. Yeah. But anyways, going over to Grandma's house, and I remember walking into the kitchen, and as soon as you walked into their trailer, as soon as you came in, there was like the refrigerator. You turn left, kitchen.
Which is wild setup.
Wild.
It's so weird.
Because it was like a nook, but right there.
Yeah, it was a nook, and like straight away it was like a 6-foot canal, and then it's like the fridge.
Yeah, I think it was
But
supposed
why?
to be like the back door, but really they made it the front door kind of thing.
Well, actually, that was not the fridge. It was a deep freeze because the fridge was around the corner next to Poppy's. Remember?
What? No, that was a pantry. That wasn't a fridge.
Oh, wow. You're right.
Damn.
What the fuck
you
was I
got me for a
putting in
second.
there?
You're
But-
right.
Anyways, when you walk into the kitchen, immediately it's like the hall. So there's the living room and then the hallway and bedrooms and the bathroom. Okay. One, no toilet paper in the toilet. And I swear to God, our Poppy's
Actually, they called it the commode.
the commode. If you put toilet paper in the toilet, he knew. Don't you dare throw that. And I would flush it, and he
Dude,
would
it
know.
gets weird, bro.
It gets really weird. But I remember walking into the house, and immediately when I turned into the kitchen and looked in the living room, like, she always babysat kids. There's kids sitting around or whatever. My cousins are sitting on a chair, and there's, again, naive, young, like 6, 7, fucking naked people on TV. Like, she's watching Ethiopian people, and they're just, which is great, whatever. It's historical, and it educated them. We did not get educated like that. There was not naked people on the TV.
I still learn from naked people to this
I see
day.
all of it, okay?
Yeah.
So I remember sitting down and be like, oh shit, there's a titty and the titty was down on your knee. What the fuck do you do? That's what I'm going to look like when I get older. And like I said, I'm like 6 years old, and Heather looks over at me and she's like, they shave your whole vagina, by the way. You get hair down there and they shave your whole vagina when you have
Who
a
is
baby.
they?
What?
Oh.
The hospital.
What?
Because we watched a delivery of the Ethiopian lady who only wears a skirt belt thing. And she was pregnant. Again, her titties were way down.
And they shaved her.
They did not shave her.
Her
So we're
puss?
watching her give live birth, and I'm like trying not to vomit. And that's when Heather goes, they shave it here, just so you know. Because Grandma had already told her
like-
that her delivery wouldn't be the same. They was going to shave her whole vagina. It was going to itch. She was going to be in hell. It was going to be horrible. I remember leaving there going, oh my God, and my titties look like that. I swear to God. I swear to God.
That was what you left with.
Yes.
Oh
Who,
my
I've never
God.
seen titties like
I mean,
that before.
at this point, you don't even really have titties yet.
No.
And then you're like, they're going to go
Whoa.
that crazy?
Whoa.
What?
But it gets me thinking on a very different element or thought. Started watching this documentary about people who
Titties.
Woo!
Do you
Mardi
remember
Gras.
that movie with Ross from Friends, and he was the tit guy? He like did plastic surgery of boobs.
No.
Bro, this was
Have to
wild
watch
on
that.
HBO shit. Anyways,
So
David Schwimmer?
Yes.
Imagine our society's different. Like there's people that live in nudist colonies and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And some people will go completely naked. Some people have half the clothes on. Whatever. It's all a preference of difference. Whatever. When they're in that community, they don't look at each other all weird. Like, oh, Bobby has a fucking pair of underwear on. What a fucking snob. Like,
Yeah.
something like that. But in our community, we are just like that. We do that. We have our clothing. We have style. We have whatever.
Yeah.
Why is it such a bad thing to be naked? And then it's such an obscure thing. When you see someone naked, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like,
They're bad.
might even get turned on. Something changes about the whole dynamic of the
Yeah.
element.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? Like, it's so natural. And in that country, they're like that.
Yeah.
But here, we're not. We're like, put your clothes on. And if you take it off, we're like, yeah.
you want to know what my thought is? It's got to be based out of religion.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it's just
I do
because of the way
because
it's
they made
been
it
for so
a
long.
sin to
What if
lust.
it's
I don't know about.
That's why they made them covered. I'm talking like that's the whole point. We have clothes is like it's based off of religion. Like,
Well, it
oh,
could
you should be ashamed to show this because then you're worldly or whatever. Like,
But
I mean-
why did that ever become? Why was that?
I don't know
something
because
that-
if you see tribes still, they're
still-
naked.
yeah,
they're
still
naked as fuck
Yeah.
because they
And
don't
care.
have anything. There's no like.
And you don't
Yeah.
see old man grabbing as much. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah,
It's
not,
a totally different
Well, I
element.
think it's also because now we've gone from like those tribes are just surviving, right? It's like it's gone from surviving to living, right? So in that tribe or whatever you're talking about,
Oh.
this dude ain't worried about this girl's titties flopping all over his face. He's worried about going to get food for his family
Yeah,
and shit.
literally.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
they
I'm
got-
saying? He's got other things.
They're worried
going
about
on.
how many rings she has on
Yeah,
her neck or
yeah.
like.
Her
And it's like, but
vagina.
now it's like,
Sweaty.
okay, we've got a roof over our head, we've got food on the table, now let's fuck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like things have changed over time, and I feel like because of time, because we've been like this for so fucking long, that's why people look at it. So
I wonder if
odd.
our sex drive has increased since we've had more
Oh, yeah.
primitive. Because now you got so
For sure.
100%.
fucking. I don't know if I'd be wanting to fuck
Big,
Billy Bob.
the reason why I think it's
Sweaty
increased is
nasty ass.
because the idea of staying loyal to one person to build a huge family isn't like the theme anymore.
Yeah.
Like tribes.
Are you saying married people don't fuck as much? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying like tribes, as far as like how they would do it, is like they would have sex and like try to make as many babies as
they're
possible
like,
because they're
let's
trying to
get
build
this
their
shit
town.
going.
But
Yeah.
you can only go as quick.
Nowadays
as you
they're
can.
like, you're trying to fucking not ever have a kid with this person.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you can fuck somebody, have a baby, and then not fuck them for another 10 months or 9 months, and then fuck them again.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't even want to do that one time. If I'm under cheese, it's a bitch. I ain't smelling that shit. You know? It's a totally different element. It's not where I want to be. Like, we're fucking just for the cure of nature, you know?
Yeah.
To have that other mini-me or whatever it
But
is.
Like, if you're asking, I definitely feel like it's got to be religion based.
sure
the
that-
whole
that has
reason.
I could
something.
see
And then
that.
on top of that, a layer is like marketing, because you're marketing
yeah.
clothes. You're like creating a price point
and
of like
that's
selling to
Big
people.
cotton, you know? Big cotton.
Yep.
Yeah,
America, we are.
that's got to be like
else.
what? Who is one of the guys like Rothschild? Like that's like
Or Rothschild or whatever.
one of the 4 or 5 people that pretty much owned America back in the day, and like
Yeah.
owned a lot of big, you know,
Yeah, things.
like big cotton or big tobacco or
Yeah.
big gas.
I think that's why we'll stay like we are as a society.
Yeah,
We
I
have to
never see
create-
us going back nude like that.
No, I mean like, but just in general.
Money
Until
wise,
the
that would
apocalypse.
never
We
happen.
have to create different things so that somebody else has a job or that somebody else has a meaning in life. That's
Yeah.
why we can become entrepreneurs to create some
Yeah.
foolish thing that really has no value, but we're gonna make it valuable.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It's wicked. The
It's
world
just
we live
gnarly.
in.
The world's gnarly.
I think
bro.
that's a deeper thought what you just ended on.
Yeah.
Like nothing really has meaning unless you make it
Until
valuable.
somebody makes it meaningful.
And that's why I live in my wonderland. Live like Alice, tripping and falling and sleeping and fucking talking to people that ain't there. And what a beauty it is to be bliss. Just ignorant and
Something that's so
Oblivion.
beautiful about
Seriously.
like, I would say all my sisters, because y'all get to deal with the like universe of having children, is like, it's got to be therapeutic in a way of like, wow, it's cool to see a kid's point of view of like, they're so not even hit by life yet. And then also see, like, you're also on the other realm of like, well, you just shut the fuck up. And then you're also on the other realm of like, now I have to teach this person not to swallow knives. And then you're like, and I have to teach them to wipe their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to teach them not to like kill kids at school. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's insane. What you have to deal with as a parent is insane.
You never know what you're raising either. So out of my 2 kids,
Yeah, you have exact opposites, I feel.
exactly. And I feel like Madison would be the good kid, but I recently heard of something she said, and now I'm convinced she's Amber's child and not mine. So she was, look, there's a group of girls, like, you know, mean girls. They get together and they click up or whatever. And Maddie's always the tallest kid, always the bigger one, whatever. So she takes that dominant trait whenever she can. Anyways, these girls are out. There's 4 of them. It's PE.
That reminds me of Chris Farley when he's like, back off my pork chop. And he's at the table with the SNL crew with Adam Sandler and I can't remember the third person, but yeah.
Sounds a lot like the situation, actually. But they're standing there, and one girl walks over, and apparently one of the 4 girls in the clique has a problem with this girl. I guess they all don't like her, but the one really has some kind of beef or whatever. So girl walks over, and this little chick's like, no, sorry, we don't want to talk to you, kind of thing, right? And so the girl's like, no, wait a second. And she's trying to say something. So Madison gets in front, and she's like, didn't you hear her? She doesn't want to talk to you. Girl goes to say something, and Madison goes, did y'all smell that? I think, girl, you're breathing. You need to brush your teeth or something. And then the girl goes, it's not my breath. I brush my teeth. She's like, then it's from down there or something. Okay. And the girl was, yes! So I hear this story. And not only did she tell me, like, her group of friends are in the room or whatever while she's sharing the story. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I raised a mean girl.
Holy
what the
shit.
fuck? You know, and they're blaming it on me. They're blaming it on me. You want to know why? Because as a parent, you raise children and you're like, clean yourself. Make sure you smell good.
Yeah.
You don't want your vagina smelling like fucking shit or fish or whatever.
Yeah.
Go wash your nasty vagina. If I haven't seen you shower in 2 days. So it's my fault for making the wrong comment. It's a fickle environment to be a parent.
But that's not your fault.
It's real teeter-totter.
You can't control who your kids are friends with. You can like kind of have a,
But
you can
she's
do your
that
best,
girl.
but
She's the girl. I can't be like, don't hang out with her no more. she's that girl. I'm like, oh shit,
That's
I know.
wild, dude.
So
That's okay, dude.
We had to have a heart because she can't be like that. You got to be. I did not teach.
You know what you do?
My girls
You're
to
like,
be like
look, you
that.
can be real with me, but you can't be real with
don't
them.
say it to their face.
Yeah, no. That's what Tara was like. Don't be talking about fishy vagina, girl. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the seriously?
They can't handle that. They're not old enough yet.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, you probably made that girl cry.
Yeah.
And for the rest
more
of her
than
life,
cry, she might just have that now. Yeah.
she might be douching already for no reason. Like
That might just be
stupid
stuck in
shit.
her head for the rest of life now.
It's horrible. Things traumatize you. Think about something that happened to you as a kid that just ruined you, and you're like, fuck. That wouldn't have made you the person you are today.
Right.
I got made fun of because of my teeth, my eyes, blind as a fucking bat, dude.
Dude, I got bullied by fucking Sierra and Billy.
Oh, yuck. Well, looking back, there's not a whole bunch of value. When you're kids, you think it's everything, and it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Now looking back at it, it's like, oh, that didn't really mean shit. But
Yeah.
But I feel like as you're growing up, though,
But some of the childhood memories will hold to you forever.
Oh, 100%.
Literally to this day, I remember rock bottoming my pillow, which you guys don't know what that means, and that's fine.
I'm assuming hump or lunge over.
No, rock bottoming means like
What?
The Rock.
Yeah.
You know The Rock?
finishing
It's his
move.
finishing wrestling move. You rock bottom, and I'd be watching wrestling, and then when somebody come in, I'd turn the knob because I had an old TV.
Yep.
Old TV.
Oh.
Old.
I might have to hit that thing a couple times. Yep.
Yeah, or you push the knob in because you turn, maybe turning the channel, but you push it in to turn it off. But I remember like, I'm asleep.
Nah.
And then I like, my dad would stand there for a second. I'm like, fuck. It's like, I told you to go to bed, and I'm like, dude, it's SmackDown's on right now.
He didn't really discipline like that. He was low-key.
It wasn't him. It was the other one, and that's okay.
They're all different. I think too, how many people blame something that happens to them as a kid on somebody else, or like your parents or whatever? At a certain point, you got to stop because you're 18, you move out.
You gotta.
36, you spent as many years without them as you did with
yeah.
them. So where are you at with it?
Yeah.
You're growing. You always got to grow from that shit.
Yeah.
Not gonna be that way. Not gonna be that same bully. Just wicked.
Fuck that.
Gonna be the nice guy.
Well, I don't know if you heard the last podcast, but I appreciate you being the person you are. And yeah, you're like basically my mom because, you know, my mom's Ric Flair now. That's a whole nother trip. Woo!
Well, I do-
Motorcycle riding. Limousine taking.
I appreciate the kind words. You've grown a lot, and you really are a wonderful young man. I'm telling you, there was a day where I wasn't sure what the fuck he was gonna be or what he'd be doing, because his shit's all over the place between not eating like he should to fuck everybody in the world kind of thing. So it's amazing, and to see how mature you've gotten, and just you can balance things, which is nice. And you're following your dream. Look how badass this is.
Yeah.
Y'all are
I'm
awesome.
doing the damn thing. Trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely try for sure. I definitely didn't have great role models to go after as far as like who I was supposed to be
But
role
great
modeled after.
examples,
Yeah, of
you know.
yeah.
But just great examples.
Yep.
Yes.
Get to pocket them up like, oh fuck, I remember that shit. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Or I learned from that shit. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I love you and I appreciate you coming on.
I
Yeah,
love you
thank
too.
you,
Thank
for
you.
real.
I appreciate
Thank you.
the ask. Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's been nice.
Yeah, it's been tight
Entertaining.
for sure. Fuck yeah. Well, you about ready to wrap this rig up? Hell yeah. Again, thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
It's nice.
I love you.
I love you.
Aw. Love you guys. Thank you.
All right, we out this. Yee.